This is Retro Sports Radio. Visit RetroSeasons.com for more sports history.
The Philadelphia Phillies faced the Pittsburgh Pirates at Three Rivers Stadium for a Saturday afternoon game on September 30th, 1978. The two teams were locked in a battle for the National League East title. The Phillies had an 11-game lead on August 13th, but the Pirates then went on a 23-3 game tear in late August and early September to tie things up. Philadelphia was managed by Danny Ozark and had a 1.5 game lead with just 2 games remaining. The Phillies needed just one win in the next 2 games against the Bucks to clinch the division. The Pirates were a dominant team in the 1970s, reaching the playoffs in 5 of the first 6 seasons under Danny Murtaugh. Chuck Tanner took over in 1977 and continued their strength, but was only able to finish in second place. This audio recording is from the Pirates radio broadcast featuring announcers Lanny Fatare and Milo Hamilton.
And a very pleasant good afternoon from Three Rivers Stadium. Lanny Fatare along with Milo Hamilton. We are getting set to go in this afternoon ball game between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Philadelphia Phillies after the double sweep by the Pirates last night. 1-run decisions in each game, 5-4 in the first game and 2-1 in the nightcap on the balk call. The Bucks are back to within a game and a half of the Philadelphia Phillies, hoping to cut it to a half game this afternoon and set the stage for what would have to be an extremely climactic showdown here at the stadium tomorrow afternoon. This afternoon, Don Robinson will go for the Bucks. He wants to become a 15-game winner in his rookie season. He'll go against Randy Lerch, the left-hander of the Philadelphia Phillies. Well, I guess everybody tries to gear themselves to the final weekend of the season. Try to stay 100% if you can. Well, I tell you, this comeback for the Bucks has just taken so much out of me that I don't know how much more the voice can take, but we're ready to go, and we're glad to have you with us this afternoon. Our broadcast of the action from Three Rivers Stadium, the Pittsburgh Pirates against the Philadelphia Phillies, brought to you in part by the folks at Chevrolet, along with Chevrolet dealers coast to coast, who invite you to come on in and see a winning lineup of cars for 1979. By Anheuser-Busch, brewers of Budweiser, the king of beers. There's no better way to relax than with the easy taste of Budweiser. By Mail Pouch Tobacco, the chew with a satisfying taste unlike any other, so treat yourself to the best Mail Pouch. And by Champion Spark Plugs for super starts and better mileage. Treat your car to a fresh set of Champions no matter what you drive. You can't buy a better plug. Our broadcast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Pittsburgh Pirates solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the description and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates is prohibited. Under the contractual arrangements with the Pirates for this broadcast, the announcers for this game have been selected by station KDKA, subject to the approval of the Pittsburgh Pirates baseball team. Messages promoting attendance at Pirate games are paid for by the Pittsburgh Athletic Company, Incorporated. Take a look at the starting lineup. Not too many major changes. First for the Phillies, Nick McBride will be leading off and playing right field against the right-hander Don Robinson. Larry Bowa will bat in the number 2 spot. They're switch-hitting shortstop. Gary Maddox will be hitting third and playing center field. Greg Lazinski will be in the number 4 spot for the Phillies. The Bull hit his 34th home run of the year in last night's second game, but that was the only run for the Phillies as the Pirates won the game. Lazinski batting fourth this afternoon and playing left field. Richie Hebner will hit number 5. He'll be at first base for the Phillies. Mike Schmidt will bat 6th. He'll be at third base. Bob Boone doing the catching will bat 7th. Ned Sizemore in the number 8 spot will be at second base. And Randy Lerch hitting in the number 9 hole and doing the pitching. So once again, for the Phillies, it's McBride followed by Boa and Maddox. The middle third includes Lazinski, Hebner, and Schmidt. And the bottom third, Boone, Sizemore, and Lerch. Now the starting lineup for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And here's how Chuck Tanner has penciled them in for this big game this afternoon. Frank Tavares in his shortstop leading off. Frank has had 4 hits in the series thus far. 4 hits in the doubleheader last night. Omar Moreno, he had 3 hits in the doubleheader last night. He'll bat second and play center field. Dave Parker leading the National League in his batting average of .334. He'll be batting third, playing right field. Bill Robinson in the number 4 spot for the Bucks. He'll be in left field. Willie Stargell hitting number 5 at first base. Bill Garner at second base, batting sixth. And listen to this crowd. They're anticipating the arrival of the Bucks down the field, and there they go, decked out in their all-gold uniforms this afternoon. So it's Garner sixth and playing second base. Dale Berra batting seventh at third base. Now the Bucks, as they take the field, are the recipients of a standing ovation from a sizable crowd this afternoon. Still seats available. We invite you to come on out and see the Bucks in action today. Berra batting seventh, playing third base. Ed Ott will do the catching and bat eighth. And Don Robinson batting in the number 9 spot. He'll do the pitching. So once again for the Bucks, it's Tavares followed by Moreno and Parker. The middle third includes Robinson, Stargell, and Garner. Bill Robinson, that is. The bottom third, Berra, Ott, and Don Robinson. The umpires for this afternoon ball game, Sat Davidson behind the plate. He'll make the decisions on balls and strikes. Ed Fargo at first base. Paul Pryor is second. Terry Tate is the umpire at third. Well, Marlo, fortunately for our listeners, they won't have to sit through me for an awful long time. I know your dulcet tones are 100%. You look about 5 years younger to me today. Get caught up in this fever, huh? It's something.
It's really something. This standing ovation they gave this team when they went out on the field. They are ready for things to erupt here again.
How about Scrap Iron? Thanking the fans for their support last night.
All right, we are ready. Big McBride, 266 batting average, 10 homers, 50 runs batted in. Boy, I tell you, what a day here. Fabulous, beautiful weather. The atmosphere, you can cut it with a knife. And Big McBride, who last night went 2 for 8 and drove in 4 runs, all in the first game in that RBI column. Could have worn the hero's mantle, but instead took the goat's horns when he didn't catch a fly ball in the 9th inning of the first game. And first pitch spins him around. Chin music just started. McBride against us is hitting 250. Bo is on deck. Then it'll be Maddox. John Robinson, 21 years old. Into the wind and a pitch on the way. Swinging and he pops it up. Should be easy into shallow center. Moreno coming a long way, but he's going to be there. It was a very high fly ball into shallow center. And Moreno went out. I'd see if I can get any clue as to why that ball didn't carry any better. Garner went out. The wind must have brought it back a little bit because Moreno ended up having to come a long way for that ball. Here's Larry Ball, wore a size 8 collar in last night's doubleheader. He's their leading hitter, batting .295. He's a switch hitter. And the pitch. High on a fastball, 1-0. On the right side of the infield, Stargell and Garner. On the left side, Tavares and Berra. Outfield left to right, Bill Robinson, Omar Moreno, and Dave Parker. 1-0 pitch to Boa. Shows bunt. Took it up high, ball 2. Ed Ott, who caught a doubleheader last night. Catching here again today. Don Robinson and Randy Lerch. Righty against lefty today. And here's Don Robinson, 2-0 to Boa. And called that a ball. Looks like a pretty good pitch. Falling behind Boa, 3-0. Onyx is on deck to the left. That's a strike, make it 3-1. Shirt sleeve crowds the day before October breaks upon it. Couldn't be better for the weather. And last night's excitement kept this town going gaga, and why not? 2 thrilling 9th inning finishes. 3 balls and a strike to Boa. Don Robinson delivers to him, and a strike right down the middle at 3-2. I got a feeling that the take sign was on there. He never offered at all. Well, they tried to get him on, try to manufacture something. Now, the 3-2 pitch on the way, and he pops it up. Left side, Dale Berra squeezes it outside the line, and it's 2 away. 2 up and 2 down. Oh, a popping up foul about 15 feet behind the third base bag and about 4 feet foul. Dale Berra making the easy play, and here is center fielder Gary Maddox, who chipped in with a couple of errors last night. Maddox is hitting .284. Leads them in doubles with 34. He has 11 home runs and 67 ribbies, and he leads them in stolen bases with 33. Maddox last night 1 for 7. The pitch swung on, line drive, single, center field. Hangs on a rope as Moreno plays it on the first bounce. So the first hit of the game belongs to Gary Maddox, and it brings up the Bull, Greg Luzinski. Hit a home run up into the lower club level last night up above the left field pavilion. He's so strong his muscles have muscle. Luzinski, as he steps in, does so with a .261 batting average. He leads them in homers with 34, and he has 98 runs batted in. He has 6 of those 34 homers against the Pirates. Waiting. Seems to be some problem out in the center. I'm not quite sure. I think they want a banner taken down because it's white against the green background. That's the hitter's background. From about each end of the big, gigantic scoreboard is fine, but other than that, those banners just cannot be hung up there, and it's fair to both clubs. Go to first base, not close. Remember, their leading base stealer, Maddox, is on. He has 33 thefts. Stargell trying to hold him close. Luzinski waiting. Another throw to first base. The runner's back. Still no count to Luzinski. The on-deck hitter, Richie Hebner. First inning, 2 outs, 1 on. Robinson throws to first, but he got back. Hey, that was close. Good, strong, quick throw. Stargell put it down, but Maddox had just put the fingertips on the bag ahead of the tag. Stretching, looking over the shoulder. Don Robinson hesitates. Runner going. Swinging, fouled off out of play. Over in the seats on the right side. So we've come down to this. The final weekend. We're a game and a half apart with 2 games left for the Phillies. Hopefully 3 games left for the Bucs. And they got to win every one of them. No balls and 1 strike. The Pirates coming in with 24 straight wins here at Three Rivers. All right, now Don Robinson looking down in to read the sign from Ed out again. Maddox has been going on the preceding pitch. He goes right back to a pretty good lead. He's got that front foot out on the edge of the carpet. Robbie chases him back, doesn't get him. No balls, 1 strike to Greg Luzinski, 2 for 7 in the series. Won the tape measure home run last night. And now Danny Ozark coming out, asking the plate umpire about something.
He might be wondering if Robinson's move to first base is legal. But I got to think also this is a bit of gamesmanship, too. They know they got a young 21-year-old right-hander on the mound in a big game, and they figure, look, let's make him think maybe he is doing something wrong. And
Tony Taylor carrying the same case to the first base umpire, Paul Pryor. And I think you're right. He's faced them 4 times already this year, and we didn't have any squawks about it. There's a throw over, just a little bit of mental warfare going on here. Now, Danny Ozark is complaining to Ed Vargo. And they're going to warn Danny Ozark now. We're in charge of the game, and we will handle the game.
I think Ozark is questioning the placement of Don Robinson's front foot. He's claiming that Robinson is pivoting off the heel of his front foot and not stepping to first base. But I think it's a strike job.
And Chuck Tanner now going to come out, and he's going to try to work on the other end. He's going to try to settle young Don Robinson down, saying, don't pay any attention to him. And now Tanner is pleading with Ed Vargo. Let's either tell him what it is and get on with this ball game. Ed Vargo stopped on his way back. He's had a word or two. Chuck Tanner out there to stand up for his ball club, and the fans like it. You've got a no-ball, 1 strike count on Greg Luzinski. And the mental aspect of this game is everything. You don't want him thinking about that and then make a mistake and hang a breaking ball to this big guy. He can counter you. He hit him on the fist and popped him into shallow center. The ball's going to drop. They'll have runners at first and third. Don Robinson could not have made a better pitch. He practically sawed the bat off in Luzinski's hands, but he is so strong, he was able to get a pop fly single into shallow center.
Omar came on, thought he might have a play, but then realized he did not. He held up and played it safe. And It's a wise thing there. The ball was dropping too quickly.
Richie Hebner will be the batter. Last night, 0 for 8. So after 2 away, 2 singles. Hebner will have a .281 batting average when he steps in. 17 homers for the former Pirate and 67 runs batted in. He's hitting a hefty .417 against his old teammate. 20 for 48 with a homer and 8 runs batted in against the Buck. And he's batting with runners on the corners and 2 down. Don Robinson stretching, checking runners third and first. Pitch to Hebner. Fastball goes outside. 1 ball and no strikes. The press box that is jam-packed again. A tribute to this game, considering the fact that college football all around us, high school football games as well, but the media realizes the importance of this weekend, and they are here in abundant numbers. Hebner the batter, teammates on the corners. 2 down as Don Robinson, the right-hander, stretches. He looks and delivers, swinging in a smash fair down the right side. It'll score 1. Parker over to get it. And the runners will be at second and third. It's an RBI single for Hebner. Now it'll be a double. Maddox scored. Lazinski gets the third. Hebner with an RBI double, and the Phillies draw first blood here. That ball just did get inside the first base bag. Stargell went out talking to Don Robinson. 1-0 Philadelphia. The batter will be the third baseman, Mike Schmidt. Mike Schmidt, as he bats for Philadelphia, will have a batting average of .253, 21 homers, and 77 runs batted in. Last night got a hit in each game, won 2 for 6 in the doubleheader. And he's batting now with Lazinski at third and Hebner at first. Don Robinson will go to the full windup on Schmidt. Swing and a miss. Good hard slider on the inside corner. 3 straight hits after 2 away, putting the Phillies in business, and they've scored 1 run. Important spot here to get Schmidt. The on-deck hitter is the catcher, Bob Boone. Takes a look at the runners, now delivers to Schmidt. Up and in, too tight with a fastball, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Mike Schmidt, one of the glamour boys of the National League. 1 ball and 1 strike. Time given, and Robinson quickly to the line, and the pitch on the way. High inside again. 2 balls and 1 strike. One of the things they wanted to guard against Don Robinson here today. The last time he faced Philly, in Philly, on the 11th of September, he was overthrowing. He was tighter than a drum, and he was over-muscling the ball. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swinging and a line drive to Robinson in left, and Bill has it. Side retired. Smith lines out to the left fielder, Bill Robinson. The Phillies have to settle for 1 run on 3 hits. Hebner drove in Maddox. There weren't any errors, and 2 Phillies were left. We played a half an inning in another must situation for the Pirates. After the first half inning, the Phillies 1 run on 3 hits. The Pirates are just now coming into bat. Randy Lerch, the left-hander for Danny Ozark's Phillies, has completed the warm-up passes. He's 10-8. ERA 3.87 against the Pirates. He's 1-1. He beat us 2-1 on the 31st of May in Philly. Also in Philly on the 12th of August, we beat him 10-1. And now Frank Tavares, who had a good night last night, 4 for 8 in the twin bill that the Buccos swept, comes in hitting .279, 38 runs batted in, 46 stolen bases. And will be leading it off, trying to start something to get that run back. Tavares will be followed by Moreno and Parker. The left-hander Lerch delivers to Tavares, and it's low inside a ball. Lerch's battery mate is Bob Boone. The first baseman Hebner, Sizemore at second, shortstop Boa, Schmidt at third. Here's the 1-0 to Frankie. A bouncer short. Convenient hot Boa. Good strong throw. Got him. Made it close though. Frankie hustling down that line. And it's 1 away. Short to first. Boa to Hebner. Their outfield standard. Lazinski left. Maddox center, and McBride in right. Pirate coaches in place. They want business in a hurry. Al Montek at first. Joe Lynette at third. Omar Moreno just now leaving the on-deck circle. Last night he was 3 for 7 and drove in a run. Moreno batting .234. 2 homers, 31 runs batted in, 69 stolen bases. Sometime today or tomorrow he could tie and break the club record set last year by Taveras at 70. Facing the left-hander Randy Lerch, and Parker has moved on deck. Here's the pitch. Low inside, ball 1. Left-hander coming back quickly. And that is a strike. Puts the plate in 2 at the knees, and the count is even at 1-1. Lerch working in the first. He's got a 1-0 lead. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball down and out. 2 balls, 1 strike. Omar Moreno, left-hand batter against the left-hand deliveries of Lerch. Swing and a high foul down the left side. Lazinski coming over, and he won't be able to get it from the first couple of rows of the lower boxes. An interesting note and quite a tribute to a young man from Washington, Pennsylvania. If you fans with the radio see that St. Pennant sign out on the wall in right center looks a little cleaner today, it's because it's brand new. Howie Millick, a young man from Washington, made the other one. Last night, some fans with less than common sense took it away from him and tore it to bits. He stayed up all night making a new one to replace it. Nice going, Howie Millick. St. Pennant. St. Pennant. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And a breaking pitch was something off, too close to the letters. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, that is dedication.
Well, Howie and his dad, Howie and his dad were in New York recently on that Shea Stadium trip that brought the pennant along.
All right, a payoff pitch to Moreno. Down and out, he walked him. A walk to Moreno. Now you got the leading base stealer on. And when the Cobra comes out, this crowd will be ready for some action. The league's leading hitter is ready to step to the plate. Folks standing in tribute to Parker as he's on his way to his 2nd straight batting title. Comes in today hitting .334. Last night another goal for himself that he reached, 100 runs scored. Here's the pitch to him. Swinging and a bouncer through the right side, a base hit. Omar Moreno will take a turn, but he won't come to third. The ball was hit too sharply. And the Parker continues to be as hot as a depot stove. After a walk, a single. 193 hits. He's still got a shot at 200, you know that? And his batting average, .335. And it's his 20th hit of the year against the Phillies. All right, the Cobra has put on that football face mask to guard that broken cheekbone. And here is Bill Robinson. Bill hitting .243, 14 homers, 79 runs batted in. Last night did not get a hit in the doubleheader. He wants to do more than that today. Fly ball, shallow center, dropped in, base hit. The bases are going to be loaded. They could not afford to bring Moreno on because you cannot get doubled up in that situation. Braddock's coming on, and he can really cover some ground. The bases will be loaded for Willie Stargell. Pirates are trying to get the run back in a hurry. A walk and 2 straight hits. And the captain of the Buccos is going to be stepping in one of last night's heroes when he hit a 3-run homer in the first game. This crowd's starting to get up all the way around again. They're going to salute Willie Stargell this time. What a popular figure he is in this great city. Captain Willie Stargell of the Pirates. And another ovation for Stargell. .294 batting average, 27 homers, 93 runs batted in. Left-hand pitcher against the left-hand batter. And here's the pitch to Stargell. He swings and he misses. He was going for a grand slam with that cut. Boy, did he let that bat fly. Strike 1 to Captain Willie. He's had 4 hits this year against the Phillies. 3 of the 4 have been out of the park. Lerch winding, pitch to Stargell, fouled off up to the left side out of play, and Lerch is out in front of the captain, 0-2.
They got Brewster warming up in the bullpen.
Brewster, who last night walked in the winning run in the ninth inning of the second game. A Pirate on every base with one out. Stargell trying to deliver. Phillies leading 1-0 opening inning. Swinging, a high drive, deep center, Maddox back, won't get it, grand slam, grand slam, grand slam. Woo! Took it high outside of all. Grand slam, Stargell. 28 homers, 97 RBIs. Comeback of the year. Give him the trophy today. Here's the pitch to Garner. High outside, ball 2. His 11th career grand slam. There's ball 3. Looking to see if he ever hit one against the Phillies. According to the press guy, that would be Captain Willie's first slam against the Phillies. Ball 4 to Garner. The Buccos are coming from Australia. Second walk of the inning. Ray Ripplemeyer, the pitching coach, is on the way. Captain Willie Stargell hit a grand slam home run over the center field wagon gate. Maddox got with it about 20 feet of the wall and said, "Oh, shucks."
Was that paraphrased or was that an exact quote?
It was close enough to use, I'll tell you that. All right, they've had their conference. They didn't go to get him. They just went to talk to him. Brewster continues to warm up in the bullpen. It's 4-1 Pirates. Here is Dale Berra. The stretch pitch to him is a strike call in the inside corner. This crowd is still in a dither over Willie Stargell. Get a towering home run for a grand slam. Throw to first, not in time on Garner. Garner, who was honored before the game, receiving his watch from president of the league, Chuck Feeney, for being co-player of the week with Parker. There's a slow roller up the third base side foul, and it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. We got a runner at first base, Phil Garner. Dale Berra is the hitter with 0-2. The on-deck hitter is the catcher, Ed Ott. And the chant of "Let's Go Bucks" rings through Three Rivers. Let them hear it out at Pitt Stadium. There's a ball high and outside. Let them know there's another game in town. Baseball is still very much with us here. Not to take anything away from the Panthers. I hope they win 50-0. Here's the pitch, swinging and a looping pop out into shallow, right behind the second baseman. Sizemore grabs it. When it started out, it looked like it had a chance to drop behind him. But it was a dying quail, as it turned out. That makes it 2 away and brings up Ed Ott, one of the heroes in last night's first game. Four to 1 on Stargell's grand slam. Left-hand pitcher, left-hand batter. The pitch. Big breaking ball, low outside. The Pirates have hit 7 grand slams this year, compared to only 4 all last year. There's a high pop foul out of play over to the left side. Bill Robinson against the Cubs. Sennett against Montreal. Milner against New York. Milner against Chicago. Garner against the Cardinals. Garner against Montreal. And today, Stargell against the Phillies. Go to first, not in time. So it's been a Grand Slam year, and there's one thing that'll really make it a Grand Slam. Win today, win tomorrow. Runner going. Swing and a miss, throw down, too high, stolen base. Garner steals second, his 27th of the year. Boone muscled up on his throw, it was too high. Stolen base, 207 for the club. So there's a duck on the pond for Ed Ott. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball out into right center, but Maddox coming across is going to be there. He can cover some ground, I want to tell you. But listen to this hand saluting the Bucks, and especially Willie Stargell. Standing ovation. We played 1 inning. It's the Pirates 4 and the Phillies 1. Well, when I said this crowd was ready to erupt about 10 minutes ago, I didn't know how ready they were. Boy, did they ever let Stargell have it. He now has 11 Grand Slams. Ralph Kiner had 12, Rogers Hornsby 12, Ernie Banks 12, Gil Hodges 14, Aaron 16. McCovey started the year as the all-time leader in this league with 18. Here is the pitch to Boone, and a strike is called. We're underway in the second inning. The bottom third of the order, Boone, Sizemore, and maybe Lerch. Boone, right-hand batter, good receiver, and having a good year with the bat. Hitting .281. There's a line drive into left field for a base hit. Robinson over quickly to play it to keep it from going to the corner. It's a leadoff single for Boone. He hit a 3-2 pitch. A line drive. Berra leaped as high as he could, but it was still about 5 feet over him. So that is hit number 4 for the visiting Phillies. Puts a runner on with nobody out and brings up Ted Sizemore. Sizemore hitting .221, no homers, 24 runs batted in. In last night's doubleheader, the Phillies second baseman went 0 for 7. Ed Ott went out to have a little chat with John Robinson. Coming back in behind home plate, Randy Lerch, who served up the Grand Slam to Stargell, is on deck. John Robinson stretching. Looks back over the shoulder, delivers. High inside a ball, and it's 1-0. And now Larry Sherry is going to call time. The pitching coach wants to have a word with his prize pupil. Larry Sherry, make no bones about it, pushed John Robinson from practically the first week of spring training on that he was good enough to make this club. And the youngster responded to that treatment, and he pitched his way onto the staff. And here he is with a chance to win the biggest game of his young career and take another notch in that Rookie of the Year award balloting.
And Larry Sherry knows something about being a good rookie pitcher.
He was a good one with the Dodgers, no doubt about it. They're a little alike, too, you know that?
Yes, they are.
1 ball, no strikes, pitch on the way. And a strike with a slider, 1 ball, 1 strike. A ball and a strike as Boone leads off at first. John Robinson comes past the letters, hesitates there. Checks the runner again. 1-1 to Sizemore. Strike called outside corner at the knees. And no drawback at all. No thought ever of pitching anybody else in this game. When you've come this far, the old saying, dance with him who brung you. And Don Robinson helped get us here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The stretch and the pitch. Swinging high bouncer, Tavares in. He'll flip to Garner. One, fire to first. Double play. And I'm going to tell you something. That was not a double play ball. That was a very high chop. In most cases, you'd have been satisfied with a force on that. But Garner, in almost anticipation of thinking that, never had the ball in his glove. A little reflection on Maz right there, if the old Pirate fans will excuse the comparison, but that's what he had to do in order to do it.
And Tavares did a fine job aggressively charging the ball.
It is a 6-4-3 double play, and the Pirates have made their 129th double play of the year, and here is Randy Lerch. Batting .224, he's had 1 homer, driven in 7 runs. Sends a high fly ball to deep right center. Moreno back, he'll never get it, it's gone. And John Robinson kicking the mound. He'd likely be kicking himself in the seat of the pants. As Randy Lerch hits a home run of his own. It's his second of the year. He hit it over the deep right center field fence, and that makes it 4-2. His second lifetime, and they both come this year. Here's Vic McBride, flying to center in the first inning to start the game. Pitch on the way. Fly ball, left center. Moreno in track of it. He's right there. Side retires. McBride out on a fly ball to fairly deep left center. 1 run on 2 hits. It broke out in a strange place like last night with Slugger Keeson. And Lerch homers for the run. No errors and nobody left. We played an inning and a half. It's the Pirates 4, the Phillies 2. Randy Lerch, who homered to get himself back within 2, is ready to work in the bottom of the second, and he'll be doing it against John Robinson, who has been our best hitting pitcher as far as number of hits. As a rookie, he has collected 19 hits. And he's going to lead it off in the bottom of the second inning. The 11 grand slams for Stargell ties Kiner's mark as a Pirate. I had mentioned earlier that Kiner had 12, so he had the other one either as a Cub or an Indian. As a Cub. Swing, and a miss, and it's strike 2 on Don Robinson. Yep, he had it with a Cub. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a high bounce right side. Sizemore going to wait for it to come down. Collects it and throws, and it's 1 away. Sizemore handled that high chopper well. Had to have patience on that. Sizemore did. Throws out Don Robinson, and it brings up Frank Tavares. Pirates are leading 4-2 on the strength of a Willie Stargell grand slam in the opening inning. We're now in the bottom of the second frame. Tavares in the first inning bounced to the shortstop Boa. And Lerch's pitch to him is down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody on base, 1 away. Phillies have out hit the Bucks 5-3, but the Pirates lead in the score, and a strike call in the inside corner. 1-1 to the Pirate shortstop Frank Tavares with Omar Moreno on deck. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lerch kicks and fires. A bouncer right at Sizemore, convenient big hop, throws on to Hebner, and it's 2 away. 2 plays second to first, getting Don Robinson and Frank Tavares. And now it will bring up center fielder Omar Moreno, who started the upsurge in the first with a walk. Parker followed with a single through the right side. Bill Robinson got a single. And then Stargell unloaded over the center field fence with his grand slam. Here's Omar. Moreno facing the left-hander Randy Lerch. Moreno hitting .236 as he stands in. Here's the pitch to him. There's a foul up here to the left. Going to give those fans another shot. And they catch this one. same booth that they had trouble in before, but this one, what do you think the averages are on that? Of that happening twice in one day and giving them another shot. They'll never forget it. The excitement of the weekend and catching a foul ball in a club-level booth. A strike called on the outside corner. Lerch has Moreno in a hole, 0-2. Moreno stepping back a moment. Now as he is ready, Boone drops the fingers for Lerch. Shakes off one. Now he's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Big breaking pitch with something off of it. Goes outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Omar laid off of that one. Something he's done a much better job on in the last 2 months. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Another tantalizing curve, but this one caught the strike zone. Omar caught looking. First strikeout for Lerch. After a shaky first inning, Lerch comes back with a 3-up, 3-down second. So we've played 2 innings. Milo Hamilton and Lanny Fratelli, as always, with the story. As we go to the third, it'll be Pittsburgh 4, Philadelphia 2. Getting ready to go to the third inning with the Pirates on top in a 4-2 game over Philadelphia. We're right at the top of the hour. Let's let all of our stations around the tri-state identify themselves right here on the Pirates Baseball Network.
This is your Pirate Network for Keystone Country, WFBG-FM, Altoona. The time is 1 minute after 3 o'clock.
Larry Boa, who popped up in the first inning to Barrow, will lead off the third for the Phillies. He steps in, and so does Lanny.
Okay, thank you very much. Larry Boa is 0 for 1. He popped up to third baseman Berra in the first inning. Steps in with a .294 batting average, 3 home runs, 43 runs batted in. Pirates in front 4-2 in the third. Don Robinson's pitch. Boa swings and fouls it back on the screen. Boa, Maddox, and Luzinski in the third. Phillies pretty much go with the same lineup in all 3 games, with the exception in the second game last night. They used McCarver behind to play with Carlton on the mound. Robinson's 0-1 pitch. Swung on and popped up. Shallow right field, Garner out, Parker in, and Dave Parker will take charge, 1 away. Fly ball in the shallow right field. Ball flying out. Leading off the third. Bring up center fielder Gary Maddox. Maddox had the first of 3 straight singles after 2 out in the first inning and scored the opening Philadelphia run. 4-2, Pirates are leading. We're in the top of the third. Maddox, right-handed batter. And Don Robinson delivers the first pitch. Swung on and fouled back on the screen. Maddox hitting .286. Boy, what a gorgeous afternoon. This is just beautiful. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A shot back to the box just by the glove of Robinson out into center field. Hit number 2 for Maddox. That's hit number 6 for Philadelphia. Pirates are leading 4-2 on Willie Stargell's first inning grand slam. And that'll bring up left fielder Greg Luzinski for the Phillies. He had a base hit to center field in the first inning. Robinson's pitch to the plate, swung on and popped foul on a play on the right side. Strike 1. Maddox at first, 1 out. Robinson comes to the set, long hesitation. 1 strike pitch is fouled back. Pitch upstairs, 1 ball, or no balls and 2 strikes. Top of the third, Pirates leading 4-2. Willie Stargell with a first inning grand slam. 0-2 pitch struck him out. Strikeout number 1 for Don Robinson. Here's the pitch. Inside, it hit Hebner, hit batsman. Caught him in the right arm. That is the first free pass issued in the ball game. Don Robinson gives the hit batsman to Hebner. Caught Hebner in the right arm. Pirates are leading 4-2. Phillies got single runs in the first and second innings. And Willie Stargell had the grand slam home run for the Bucks in the bottom of the first. Mike Schmidt steps in. He lined out to left fielder Bill Robinson in the first. Schmidt, right-handed batters, finally close stand. John Robinson delivers. Check swing, ground ball by the mound. Second baseman Garner has it. Throws to Stargell. Schmidt is out. So are the Phillies. No runs, one hit, a hit batsman, 2 men left on. After 2.5 innings to play, Three Rivers Stadium, it's Buccos 4 and Philadelphia 2. Getting ready for the bottom of the third. A reminder, the Bucs and the Phillies again tomorrow afternoon here at the stadium. A 1:35 game, and there are still seats available for tomorrow, prize day. And we'll be telling you more about the ticket availabilities as we go throughout the broadcast. And we even hope to have an update on the ticket situation on our postgame show. So we'll have as final a word as we can give you on the ticket availability tomorrow. There are tickets available. All right, ready for the bottom of the third. Dave Parker stepping in against Randy Lerch. Parker with a base hit to right field in the first. And he was one of the 3 men on board when Stargell hit the grand slam. Parker batting .335. Lerch delivers. Parker swings in a foul ball outside the third base bag. Parker batting third this afternoon. Joe Robinson in the cleanup spot. That's been standard lately for the Bucs against left-handed pitchers. Robinson bats fourth. Against right-handed pitchers, Bill moves down sixth, and Stargell bats fourth. Parker swings and golfs it foul into the box seat. Gets back out again. No balls and 2 strikes. Randy Lerch pumping up with an 0-2 pitch. Off speed, breaking pitch, struck it out. Parker tried to hold up, but Pat Davidson rings him up, and that is strikeout number 2 for Randy Lerch. One away in the third. Batter left fielder Bill Robinson. Bill singled to center field in the first. Pirates 4, Phillies 2, bottom of the third. Lerch delivers a strike. 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Stargell's on deck. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Threw a fastball up high and still chased a bad pitch, struck him out. That's 3 strikeouts for Lerch. Here's Willie Stargell, hit the grand slam in the first inning. And this veteran of the Bucs for so many years, the superstar here in Pittsburgh, receiving a standing ovation from the crowd here this afternoon. Stargell, the grand slam in the first inning, his 11th career grand slam, steps in, swings and misses, and a good rip, foul tipped at strike 1. Willie batting .296, 28 home runs this year, 97 runs batted in. Check swing, tapper right side, second baseman Sizemore charging it, has it flipped on to Hebner. Stargell's out, the Bucs are retired 1-2-3 in the third, and after 3 innings of play, Saturday afternoon action from Three Rivers Stadium. It's Pittsburgh Pirates 4 and the Philadelphia Phillies 2. I think a lot of the wives, everybody associated with the Bucs, and a lot of the fans, not much sleep last night. A lot of anxious moments, and a lot of people just wanted to sit up all night long last night and talk about the doubleheader victory. And we were ready for number 4. How much sleep did you get last night, Milo? Did you get enough?
Well, I got to bed about 3. I woke up about every hour on the hour, replaying the finishes. Oh, it was quite a night. And the Buccos deserved it. They really battled them.
All right, well, this is quite a day. Let's get number 4.
All right, we're ready with Boone stepping in. He had a base hit in the second inning. He led off, and then was erased in a Sizemore bounce out the side of the double play. And he's up there now 1-for-1 against Don Robinson. The Pirates are leading 4-2. And the first pitch right across the letters on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Don Robinson kicks and he brings it. Off speed, bounces short, great big hop. Tavares grabs, throws, got him, and it's 1 away. Frank Tavares throws out Bob Boone to start the 4th inning. That'll bring up second baseman Sizemore. Well, we've had an example of Buck power here today with a grand slam by the captain. We get some more on that mound with a hard-throwing right-hander, Don Robinson. And the Buck Brigade and Buck Power and Ed Ott banners, Peak Troop, the Garner banners, all the ones out in right field. There's one that says Flatten the Phillies. You know what you should have done with that Flatten? You should have spelled Flatten, P-H. There's a line drive to center. Moreno in about 5 steps, and it's 2 down. Randy Lerch has been up once, and it was a big one for him. He had a home run over the deep right center field fence. North Carolina, the last we heard, was leading the Panthers 3-0. Here's the pitch. That's outside, a ball. 1-0 the count as Lerch bats with nobody on in front of him and 2 away. McBride would be next. We're in the 4th inning. Don Robinson working with a 2-run lead. Knocked him out of there. 2 balls, no strikes. Lerch has stepped down a moment. Now he's ready, and so's Robinson. And there's a strike right down the middle to make it 2-1. Tomorrow it'll be the Candyman. If that one's on the line, that was just the way Tanner had predicted it. If it comes to the game we need, the Candyman will be there. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And there's a drive into right field again. Parker at the wall, and it's gone. Another home run for Randy Lerch. He's doing it all himself. And he sprints around the bases. He doesn't bother with a home run trot. And it's 4-3. Now it's getting serious. That'll bring up Bake McBride, who's been out twice on fly balls to center. A home run over the right field fence. Parker went back. But then at the very last second, as he got to the wall, realized it was over him and gone. And it is 4-3. Randy Lerch has hit 2 solo homers. Don Robinson's got to shut the door. Here's the pitch. Swinging and a high foul. Out of play over to the left side. The rookie right-hander has now thrown 20 home run balls and 2 today to the opposing pitcher. That was not in the game plan. No balls and 1 strike. It's to McBride. Ball 1-1. 0-2 up next. Phillies have out-hit the Pirates 7-3. The Pirates still clinging to a lead in a 4-3 game. The Willie Stargell grand slam is the only thing holding up right now, and that's the difference in this 4-3 Pirate lead. Here's the 1-1. Shows bunt, bunts it up the third base side. Bare hand won't be able to play it. It'll be a base hit. McBride with the element of surprise and just chopping at that ball and putting some backspin on it. And that is hit number 8. And that will bring up Larry Boa 0 for 2. He's 0 for 10 in the series. Boa, switch hitter, batting left-handed against the right-hander Don Robinson, who's made 2 mistakes on his mound opponent Lerch. And right now, McBride, a Swiftie, is at first base. Got to watch him closely. Robinson stretches, looks back. Throws over, does not get him. Boy, it was close. Good, strong throw right on target. McBride just did make it back in. Pirates leading 4-3, top of the 4th inning. Bucks got theirs in a cluster. Phillies have scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the 4th. Robinson from the stretch, and here it comes to Boa. Bounce foul right side past Tony Taylor, the first base coach. No balls, 1 strike. Maddox would be next. After 2 away, Lerch homered. Then that was followed by a bunt single by McBride. It was McBride's first hit today and his third in the series. No balls, one strike, Bo awaiting. Sign given by Ed Ott. Don Robinson takes a peek over the shoulder, not stretching yet. Now he does. McBride with his lead. He's not going. Swung on, fly ball, right field. Parker over near the line, comes in and has it. And the inning is over. But the Phillies get on the board again. A home run by Lerch. There were a couple of hits. Weren't any errors, one man left. It's tightened up, and the Bucco bats have got to start battling again. After 3.5, Pirates 4, Phillies 3. Remember tomorrow, big prize day. Hundreds of you fans will win great prizes worth thousands of dollars. You just may win a brand new car, a trip or two to Mexico, or one of the other fabulous prizes. That's tomorrow. The big prize for fans, they're certainly in evidence. The big prize might be a flag for the Bucs. That's tomorrow at 1:35. Pirate Prize Day. Garner walks in the first inning and stole a base, swing and a miss. You know, you can buy your tickets or register without obligation at any Pirates or Murphy's ticket outlet. Winners will be confirmed by mail or phone. Bill Garner, looking for his first hit in the series, fouled it off up to the right, and he's in a hole 0-2. Garner will be followed by Berra. He's already on deck. Then it'll be Ed Ott. Pirates are batting in the fourth inning. They had a 4-1 lead at one time. Now it is 4-3. Randy Lerch has taken things into his own hands, as it were. A bat and hit 2 home runs. The 0-2 pitch. High ball. 1-2. Lerch getting the sign. Garner waiting. 1-2 pitch. A bouncer third. Convenient big hop for a charging Smith. Throws on to first. Hey, that was close. Garner hustled down that line and made him get it there. Nobody will be disappointed in seeing somebody run down a base path like that. That was a very close play, as it turned out. Smith throws out Garner, one down in the fourth, brings up third baseman Dale Berra. Berra popped up to Sizemore, the second baseman, in the opening inning. Stargell's grand slam has the Pirates in front, 4-3. Pitch to Berra, and a base hit, a tomahawk job, a pitch that was up. And a line drive single to center for Dale Berra, his first hit of the series. That is hit number 4 for the Pirates in the game. The Phillies have doubled the hit column, 8-4 on it. And now here is Ed Ott, who flied out to the center fielder in the opening inning. Ed Ott facing Randy Lerch. Don Robinson due up next. The crowd would like to see some more Bucco bats explode here. It's gotten down to a 1-run difference. Now the stretch and a look to first. Here's the pitch. Tried to go after a slow curve, but let it go by. Bob Boone wants an appeal. The plate umpire does. Third base umpire says no, he did not go after it. It's a ball. 1-0 to Ed Ott. Looks at Berra. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch high. 2 balls, no strikes. The crowd trying to get things going again. Trying to be a disruptive force against the Phillies. I'll tell you one thing, it helped last night. You could tell this crowd was with them. 2 balls and no strikes. Now the throw to first, got a pickoff going. Throw down to the shortstop and they'll tag him out. That is a 1-3-6. Good move that time by Lerch. And Berra had no place to go but keep on going, hoping that Hefner would throw it wide to Boa, but he didn't do it. It's a 1-3-6. And now, with nobody on and 2 away, here's the pitch to Ed Ott. And that is a ball. 3 balls and no strikes. Ott batting 8th on Chuck's lineup card today. And that is low a ball. It gets away from the catcher. Ott's going to hustle down the line and make Boone go get it. And now he's going to have to throw it, and he does. So it is a walk to Ed Ott with 2 away. That is the third walk given up by Randy Lerch. And it'll bring up Don Robinson. Don Robinson in the second inning bounced out to Sizemore at second base. He'll be stepping in with that out at first and 2 away. Bottom of the 4th inning. Bucks knowing they have to win to stay alive. That's the simplicity of this game. There's a high bouncer out behind second. Shortstop throw safe. Boa couldn't get enough on the throw. Threw it in the dirt. It's safe everywhere. It's a base hit. On into second. Robinson gets a high chopper out over second base. Boa had to leap up to get it. Then when he threw the ball, he threw it way down low for Sizemore. Not in time. It is a base hit for Don Robinson. Robinson picking up his 20th hit as a pitcher in his rookie year. Now here is Frank Tavares. Pirates with 4 runs and 5 hits. The Phillies with 3 runs on 8 hits. There have been no errors in the early going. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning at Three Rivers. Frank Tavares hitless today. He's bounced out twice. Once to short and the other time to second. And as he steps in, the noise level comes up at Three Rivers. The pitch. Off speed, strike called. Barry Foote is trotting toward their bullpen. He's their number 2 catcher. I guess if you consider that McCarver usually only catches Carlton, Foote is the backup. Here's the pitch. Swinging, and he pops him up. Right side. Hebner with a play over by the coach's box. Hebner has it. Tavares is out, and so are the Pirates. Made some noise, but nobody stepped on that base station. No runs and 2 hits. No errors or caught stealing. 2 Pirates are left. There was also a walk in the inning. We played 4. It's nip and tuck here again. And after 4 innings, Pirates 4, Phillies 3. All right, as we get ready to go here to the 5th inning, the Pirates out in front 4-3 on a grand slam in the opening inning by Willie Stargell. Gives him 11 in his career. That ties Ralph Kiner on the Pirates all-time record. And I'll tell you this, that grand slam is the difference right now. Randy Lerch has hit 2 home runs for the Phillies off of Dan Robinson as we welcome the Cincinnati Reds network to our broadcast.
See you Monday.
Yeah. Get things ready at Riverfront. We're going to be there Monday for a 1 o'clock game. They've got a rain delay in the Cincinnati game, so they're carrying the Pirate-Philly game, and we welcome them aboard. It's 4-3 Pittsburgh. Don Robinson is getting ready to work the 5th inning against Gary Maddox, who is 2 for 2, Greg Luzinski 1 for 2, and Hebner, who is 1 for 1 with an RBI. Talk about nip and tuck ball games. Blake Cullen, who is the public relations director of the National League, just informs us that through last night's game, there have been 333 one-run games in our league this year. That ties a record set 2 years ago. It's Maddox swing a bouncer deep short. Tavares in. Fast man running. Throw is high, and he's safe. It's an error on the shortstop, Tavares. The throw was high. Stargell had to go way up to get it. With Maddox's good speed, he beat the rap because by the time Stargell came down, Maddox was by him. It's the first error of the game. The tying run is aboard. Error Tavares, and that will bring up Greg Luzinski, who singled in the first, struck out swinging in the 3rd. So now Stargell will hold against their leading base stealer, Gary Maddox, who is on base for the 3rd straight time. With 2 singles and now the shortstop throwing error. All right, Luzinski, who had a tape measure home run here last night in the club level in the upper deck over the left field pavilion, is facing Don Robinson. Here's the pitch. Swinging at a fly ball right field. Well hit. Parker back. He's at the fence and won't get it. It's off the top of the fence. Rolling back into right center. Moreno there to get it. It's a double, and they've got runners at second and third and nobody out. That ball just missed being over the right center field fence. Luzinski bidding for an opposite field home run and just did miss it. Parker went as high as he could, but it was just off the top of the fence. A good backup on that play by Moreno. Coming over into right center to play the carom. Luzinski's second hit of the day. That's hit number 9 for the Phillies. Now Richie Hebner will be batting with runners at second and third and nobody out. And Chuck Tanner is on his way to the mound. Eddie Whitson has been throwing in the bullpen, as has left-hander Grant Jackson. But Tanner, he's not given any indication as to whether he's made up his mind or not. Yep, he's going to go to the left-hander Grant Jackson with Hebner up there. John Robinson, who's given up 9 hits, including in that 2 home runs to the opposing pitcher, Randy Lerch. And so the young rookie is gone. And Grant Jackson, who did a great job last night, is coming on again. John Robinson worked 4+ innings, gave up 3 runs. The 2 men on, of course, are his responsibility. And Grant Jackson, who came out of that bullpen last night in relief of Keeson in the second game and really did a yeoman job. So Buck is coming on for the 60th time this year. 7 wins, 4 losses. He has 5 saves, good ERA of 2.99. He's worked 75 innings. So Jackson, the veteran, he's been through it with Baltimore and the Yankees. And he'll be coming on to face the first baseman, Richie Hebner. And with runners at second and third, Schmidt is on deck, then Boone, then Sizemore. Eddie Whitson continues to throw in the bullpen. All right, we're ready to go with Grant Jackson facing Richie Hebner with runners at second and third. Maddox third, Lozinski second. There's a high pop. They're over. Will it come back for him? He's going to look at it go up about 4 rows into the lower boxes down at the far end of the third base dugout. Jackson in relief of Don Robinson, and he comes in a peck of trouble here. Hebner drove in a run in the first inning with a double just inside the first base bag. In the third inning, Hebner was hit by a pitch. Here's the 0-1. Crowds him, backs him out of there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Phillies are batting in the 5th. They fell behind 4-1, but they are making a comeback here. The windup by Jackson and the pitch to Hebner. Off speed, pops it up out behind second. Garner grabs it, and the runners will not be able to move. Garner, who's been playing second base like he owned it here in this series, racing out to get that ball behind second base. The runners still at second and third. Now Schmidt is due. Schmidt has lined to left and bounced to second. Stargell came over to say something to Grant Jackson. Now he's going over to first base. Mike Schmidt is 2 for 8 in this series, and they're going to put him on here. You got a base open, and then you got Boone. And you might have a chance to get that double play ball. Here comes the first of 4 intentional wide ones. This will be the first walk to a Philly in the game. It'll load him up with 1 out and bring up the catcher, Bob Boone. You've got Whitson working in the bullpen. He's ready if Tanner decides that's the direction he wants to go. Whitson is the only one throwing at the moment. So there's ball 4, the intentional pass completed. You have Maddox at third, Lozinski at second. Maddox reached on a high throwing error by Tavares to start the inning. Lozinski doubled high off the right center field fence. That was the knockout punch on Don Robinson. Jackson got Hebner to pop out behind second to Garner. They've now walked Schmidt intentionally, and Bob Boone is the Philly batter. Pirates leading 4-3. That is in jeopardy as the Phillies bat in the 5th. Jackson looking at Boone, and here's the pitch to him, and he swings and pops it up left side. Dale Farrell wants it. Infield fly rule is in effect. He squeezes it 2 away. A very big out there because the sacrifice fly can no longer tie it at this moment. And now Sizemore, who is hit into a double play and lined to center, will be the batter. And Danny Ozark is coming out. He wants to say something to the plate umpire. Danny Ozark has had more time today on the field than some of the players. This time, though, it wasn't about any move by a pitcher. He went out to tell Ted Sizemore that he was going to pinch hit for him. Sizemore is 0 for 2 today and 0 for 9 in the series. And Morrison will be the pinch hitter. Chuck Tanner comes out, asks the plate umpire, have you announced him? Morrison did not appear in last night's doubleheader. Morrison against us for the year is 0 for 12. That also might have been designed by Ozark to try to force Tanner to get Jackson out of the game. Tanner did go to the mound but did not make that kind of a decision. He just went out to talk. And now Morrison will be announced. Morrison, an infielder. He's come back to the on-deck circle and is working on the bat handle. The bases are loaded with Phillies. Grant Jackson came on in relief of Don Robinson. He's trying to hold the Bucks to their one-run difference here. Pirates 4 runs, 5 hits. Got all 4 in a cluster in the first inning when Captain Willie Stargell hit a grand slam over the wagon gate in deep center. Hit it off of Randy Lerch. But Lerch has since hit 2 of his own. Phillies 3 runs, 9 hits. The bases are loaded with 2 away. Morrison, a right-hand batter. Now you've got a speed merchant in Maddox at third. Might watch for something here. Because Morrison came back and had a long talk after he was announced with Danny Ozark. Jackson's pitch to him. And it's a ball outside and low. Ball 1, no strikes. Morrison stepping out, still trying to get loose. Randy Lerch, he of the 2 home runs in 2 trips today, is on deck. 1 ball and no strikes. Jackson glancing to third, delivering to Morrison, swinging a foul into the backstop, count even at 1-1. A ball and a strike. Grant Jackson, who did really a marvelous job last night, trying to do it again here. Jackson worked an inning and 2/3 in a strong relief stint last night. Kent McCovey was the winner in both ends of last night's victorious doubleheader. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a foul off to the right, back into the seat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This crowd pulling now for Jackson. Maddox third, Lazinski second, Schmidt at first, 2 down. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Grant Jackson takes off a sign. He started his career as a Philly. Now he's trying to shut the door on the old organization that signed him back in the 60s. Jackson went on to bigger and better things at Baltimore. And now in his second year as a Pirate, working much more and been more effective in 1978. And now the crowd brings up their roar again as Morrison steps back in as he pinch hits for Sizemore. 1-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch high outside, didn't go for it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Third game of a 4-game series. And Jackson winding. 2-2 to Morrison. Low inside, and it's ball 3, strike 2. Now he's come to the dilemma. Doesn't want to make it too good. Doesn't really want to walk him to tie this game. And it's a 3-2 delivery that's anticipated here by Morrison as he steps back in. Umpire says, all right, time is back in, and Jackson's going to go to a stretch, not giving those runners a chance to get a big lead. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a fastball. Listen to this hand for Jackson. What a job by Jackson. Stonewall Jackson has shut the door on the Phillies. An outstanding relief job. We've reached the halfway point of this game. We're in the middle of the 5th, and after 4.5 at 3 Rivers, excitement reigns supreme here as the battling Bucks are doing just that. It's the Pirates 4 and the Phillies 3. Bud Harrelson is the new second baseman. All right, Randy Lerch facing Moreno, who has walked and struck out. Left-hander delivers to him, and a swing and a high pop down the left side. Shortstop, left fielder, all moving down, and the ball drops foul outside the line. Lazinski came a long, long way. Give him credit for a great effort. He really had those tire plug leg churning, but he couldn't get to it. It was in foul down, and it's strike one to Omar Moreno. Moreno walked in the first inning. He was on base when Stargell hit the grand slam. North Carolina's gone back in front of fifth, 9-7. Here, it's the Pirates 4 and the Phillies 3. Omar Moreno came over to the on-deck circle, working on that bat handle a little bit. Right over there by Parker, the on-deck hitter. Pirates need to get something going again. Put some daylight in this score. It's Pittsburgh in front, 4-3. There are no tomorrows for the 78 Pirates. They have to win today. They have to win tomorrow. They have to win Monday at Cincinnati. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Look out! Almost hit him in the head. 1 ball, 1 strike. Strange things happening. Back in the middle of August, the Pittsburgh Pirates were humiliated at Philadelphia, dropped 11 and a half games back. Now the shoe is on the other foot. If the Bucks can keep it going. He bunts it up in the air. It's up on the screen. He was trying to drag that one, and he popped it up foul up on the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Moreno stepping out, looking at his third base coach, Joe Lynette. Randy Lerch has kept himself in this ball game with his bat. He has hit 2 home runs. Gave up a grand slam to Stargell in the first inning. It's 4-3 Pittsburgh, bottom of the 5th. A good Saturday afternoon crowd after almost 50 in here last night for the doubleheader. 1 ball and 2 strikes and a pitch on the way. Swing and a foul, he's still alive. That one fouled off of his left instep. An excellent crowd here today considering the fact that Pitt Panthers are home and that the Sydney Lions are home. And that is as it should be. It's college football season. But I'll tell you, there's a lot of baseball fans still interested in what the Buccos do with the Phillies. And if we win tomorrow, they ought to put them in here tomorrow with a shoehorn. Not only is it prize day for the fans with all those gifts, but the biggest prize of all might be dangled for the taking, the Eastern Division flag. And that's what the Bucks are hanging on and battling to do here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Moreno waiting. Randy Lerch delivers. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Second straight time he's gotten him. That's 4 strikeouts for Lerch. Makes it 1 away in the bottom of the 5th and brings up Parker, who is 1 for 2. Parker with another batting title in his hip pocket. He's trying to make points for the MVP, and I'll tell you, he made some last night. Fabulous year for the Cobra, and he steps in 1 for 2. And a base hit in the first inning through the right side, and the third inning struck out swinging. He's at 5 for 10 in the series. He's batting .334. Here's the pitch. There's a looping fly ball left center, and Maddox is going to be there. Gary Maddox breaking quickly to catch that one, and it's 2 down. So Parker's out, and it'll bring up Bill Robinson, who had a base hit in the first, struck out swinging in the third. Lerch has given up 5 hits. Struck out 4, has walked 3. With nobody aboard and 2 away. Last half of the 5th, and a ball low outside. 1-0 to Robbie. Captain Willie moves on deck. He unloaded on Lerch with a slammer over the center field wagon gate in the first inning. There is a high drive that's going to go foul way down the left side. Going to end up in our bullpen, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Bill Robinson, batting .244. He's driven in 79 runs. 14 homers. Lerch with a sign into the motion. 1-1 pitch. Outside high. Well, I tell you, the job that Jackson did in the top of this inning when he inherited a full-blown mess. Get Boone to pop up with the bases loaded, struck out pinch hitter Morrison with the bases loaded, and ended the Philly threat. That's the ball outside. 3-1 to Bill Robinson as he pops in the 5th inning. Pirates leading by a run in a 4-3 game. The 3-1 to Bill Robinson is swung on. Smashed right at third. Mike Schmidt with a long throw across. Got him. 3 up, 3 down. Third to first, Mike Schmidt to Hebner. We have played 5 complete innings. And still anybody's game. The Bucks right now are leading. We'll go to the 6th with the Pirates 4 and the Phillies 3. And as we get ready to go to the 6th inning, Buck Jackson is going to be looking at a pinch hitter, Jose Cardinal. So Randy Lerch, who after giving up the grand slam in the first inning did not wilt. He hung in there, not only with his throwing arm, but with his bat. He hit 2 home runs. But he's going to be lifted now. Jose Cardinal will be the pinch hitter. Grant Jackson winding, and here's the pitch to Cardinal. Swings and fouls it up on the top of the screen. So Lerch has been lifted in favor of Cardinal. And McBride due up next. Yankees leading Cleveland 7-0 after 5. Figueroa pitching for the Bronx Bombers and a ball high outside. Boston in front of Toronto 5-1 after 5. That keeps up. They'll go to the final day a game apart with the Yankees in the driver's seat. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pinch hitter Cardinal waiting. Sign given by Ed Ott. And Jackson's pitch to him. That is a strike call. Breaking pitch. Put the plate into at the knees. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Pirates and the Phillies battling right down to the wire. Jackson's pitch to Cardinal. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out with a fastball. Second strikeout for Jackson. Third strikeout of a Philly in the game. Second straight pinch hitter that Jackson has made their strikeout victim, and it brings up Blake McBride. Blake McBride has flied to center twice, had a base hit that was a bunt single in the 4th inning. He'll be batting here with nobody on in front of him and 1 away. Top of the 6th inning. Jackson looking around. I think he wants Bill Robinson to shallow up a bit in left field. Also move a little toward the line. Dropped down sidearm, and the ball hit the bag and jumped out into right field down the line where Geiner will grab it quickly. Then looking to throw to second, but McBride, realizing Geiner had made the excellent play out there, decided, hey, his short turn will be enough. He lined it right down the first base side. It hit the bag and jumped about 30 feet in the air. And, of course, the minute it hit the bag, it was a base hit. And that is his 2nd hit in this game and his 4th hit in the series. That is the first hit off Jackson. It's the 10th Philly hit in the game. And it'll bring up Larry Boa. He's 0 for 3 today, and Boa is 0 for 11 in the series. McBride at first, 1 away. The Phillies keep coming at you. Pirates leading 4-3. There's a fly ball to right field. Parker will move back a couple of steps, come back in those 2 and grab it 2 away. Boa is 0 for 12 in this series. That's going to bring up Gary Maddox. Been on base 3 straight times. Singled in the first and scored on a Hefner double. There's a bunt. First base side. Jackson with it. Going to have to throw in a hurry. And it hit the runner in the back. But Geiner again backing up. Now to throw over toward third. It'll be safe at third base. It'll be a base hit. And it'll be an error on the throw. Second Pirate error. Maddox is 3 for 4 today. Running it up the first base side. Chuck Tanner came to ask the umpire if he was sure that the runner was in that lane. We've had a few of those calls this year go against us, and it was worth the ask. So that's 11 hits for the Phillies, and here comes Lazinski. He has singled and doubled. He's 2 for 3 today. He's 4 for 10 in the series. He's mounting with runners on the corners and 2 down. And Grant Jackson's going to look at the bull. He's waiting for Jackson to stretch. Here's the pitch. Swing, and there's the drive. The ballpark will never hold it. It's a home run into the left field pavilion, and the Phillies have taken the lead. They only need a win, and that's the first bit of emotion we've seen from the Philly bench in this series. They came out to greet the Bull that time. Runs 4, 5, and 6, and now here is Hebner. And the pitch backs him away at the shoulder. Greg Luzinski doing another number on the Pirates. It's his 35th homer of the year, gives him 101 RBIs. It is his 7th home run against Pittsburgh, and a ball low outside to Hebner makes it 2-0. Phillies 6, Pirates 4. Phillies have out-hit the Pirates 12-5. Here's the 2-0 to Hebner. That came in on him, rode in on him, and he couldn't get out of the way and hit the bat for a foul. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hebner has driven in a run with a double, been hit by a pitch, and popped up to second. A 3-run Philly inning. We are in the 6th. They have their second lead of the game. It's their 3rd home run. Randy Lerch hit 2 before Luzinski hit that one. Fouled it back over here into the seats up above the third base dugout. And it's 2-2 with 2 away. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Grant Jackson ready to work, and the pitch on the way to Richie Hebner. Off-speed curveball swung on, high fly ball right field. Won't carry. Parker waiting for it to come down. He'll squeeze it, and the side has been retired. The Phillies get on the board with 3. The big blow, of course, was Zinski's 3-run homer. There were 3 hits. 1 error, throwing error on Jackson. Nobody left. The Bull cleaned them off. So the Bucks now...
Well, as you've been listening, the excitement continues to build at Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh. Greg Luzinski with that home run for the Phillies with 2 aboard to give Danny Ozark's ball club a 6-4 lead over the Pittsburgh Pirates. Here, no change in terms of the weather situation. Rain is still falling, and we are continuing to wait in hopes of getting this ball game in, although we understand now that our man at the Weather Bureau reports that a break in the showers is expected in approximately 15 minutes. So that's good news, and we still are planning on playing baseball here at Riverfront Stadium this afternoon. Right now, we go back to Pittsburgh to resume the broadcast of the Phillies and the Pirates.
New pitcher for the Phillies, Warren Brewster. Over 28,000 paid in here on a Saturday afternoon to see this all-important battle. Brewster with a record of 6-3, ERA of 2.36. He's recorded no saves. He's worked 88 innings. He's on in relief of Randy Lerch. He's a right-hander, and Stargell 1 for 2, a big one, a grand slam in the first. The Pirates have not scored since that grand slam, and as a result are down in this game 6-4. Now the crowd needs to get things going again. The pitch goes by Boone and hits the plate umpire, Davidson. I guess he's all right. Stargell stepping out a moment to give him a chance to make sure. Brewster last night walked in the winning run in the 2-1 victory in the second game. He's facing us for the 7th time this year. Swing and a foul, 1-1. He has 1 win, no losses, no saves. In 4 2/3 innings in 6 previous outings, 3 hits. He has not allowed the Pirates a run. Swing and a minute. Oh, a hard slider right in on his hand. He busted one off right in where it's tough to handle. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stargell batting .295. Facing Warren Brewster. Gainer on deck. Here's the pitch. Too close to the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gainer on deck and then Berra. We are in the 6th inning. Phillies leading 6-4. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul off of an instep down the right side, and the captain with a look on his face that tells you, hey, I'm not young enough to take that kind of punishment anymore. Stargell, when he hit the home run today, gave him 28, and he has 97 runs batted in. For a guy that a lot of people thought wouldn't play this year, that is some plus. 2-2, the pitch. Into the dirt, jumps over to the left side, and it's 3-2. Joe Lynette will grab it. So now we're due the payoff pitch. The Phillies have 6 runs on 12 hits. The Pirates 4 runs, 5 hits. first inning and stole second. Fourth inning bounced out to Schmidt. Garner looking for his first hit in the series. He is 0 for 7. Inning number 6. Too close to the knees. Ball 1. John Milner is on deck. He would bat for Berra. Doug McGraw throwing in the Philly bullpen. Here's the pitch. A high chop out by second. Berra, Boa won't get it. It's into center for a base hit. A leaping Lena that jumped over the mound and then jumped out over second. Boa tried to stretch and get it. It was by him, a base hit. Garner picks up his first hit today and in the series. Traps is at first with a one-out single. That is hit number 6 for the Pirates in the game. And here is John Milner. He'll be batting for Berra. This is the reverse. Lately, the pattern has been get in front, usually with Milner in the outfield, but now Milner's going to be a pinch hitter. Milner hitting .273, 6 homers, 38 runs batted in. A bouncer towards second. Harrelson has only the one play. That's a force. As Garner went in hired on Boa to make sure he didn't get rid of it. And it's a force play at second. Harrelson to Boa. Then he races Garner and puts Milner at first base on a fielder's choice and brings up Ed Ott. Milner at first with 2 away. Ed Ott has flied to center and he has walked. 2 base hits in 8 official trips in the series. Warren Brewster, right-hander relieving. Stretch pitch on the way. Line foul down the left side. Kicks off the box seat railing and ends up in shallow left where the Pirate will go get it, and it's strike 1. Ed Ott batting. He represents the tying run. He needs to play some long ball here and give this Pirate attack a charge. Trailing 6-4 in the 6th inning. Brewster in relief of Lerch. Here's the pitch. A high bounce, and it's going to get into center for a base hit. And Milner into second. He'll stop there as Maddox charged the ball quickly. A high bouncer out over the middle, out over the mound and past second again. So that is hit number 2, and Dave May, a left-hand pinch hitter, is coming out. He will be batting for Jackson. Dave May, who came to us a couple of weeks ago from the Milwaukee Brewers. Eddie Woodson is throwing in the bullpen, so he would be the new pitcher when we go to the 7th. Dave May going to try to pay a dividend. May is 0 for 3 as a Pirate. The pitch. Outside, fastball with the letters. 1 ball, no strikes. John Milner is at second. Head on is at first. 2 away. Take a big clutch hit now. Look out. Too close to the shoulder. Ball 2. Judgment time. And that's a strike, a sinker in the knees on the inside corner. 2 balls and a strike. The Pirates cannot lose another game. The Phillies are leading 6-4 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Luzinski's 3-run homer put them in front. And that's a strike on the letters on the inside corner. So Brewster falling behind comes back with 2 called strikes. 2-2 to Dave May, the pinch hitter, batting left-handed. Milner second out at first. Here's the pitch. Too close above the knees. That makes it full. All right, Chuck Tanner comes out, gives that sign to Lynette. He wants those runners to get ready to go. A payoff pitch is due with 2 away now as Dave May steps out. Time is called with a plate umpire. Trying to put some adrenaline in Davey May's bat. Runners going, swinging, bouncer first base. Hefner with it, runs to the bag, side retires. No runs, a couple of hits, no errors, and 2 men are left. We have played through 6 full innings. We've got 3 more chances to do it. And it's a must situation in every respect of that word. After 6 innings, the Philadelphia Phillies 6, the Pittsburgh Pirates 4. Eddie Woodson comes on to be the new pitcher. There are other changes. Bill Robinson moves from left field to third base. John Milner, who pinch hit for Berra, stays in the game to play left field. Eddie Woodson, 4-9, has come on now to be our third pitcher. And to tell you about Whitson's stats and take you through the 7th when Schmidt steps in, here is Lanny Fratteri.
Okay, thank you very much, Milo. Eddie Whitson making his 43rd appearance of the year. Boy, that sounds beautiful, doesn't it? 4 wins, 9 losses for Whitson, 4 saves, and an ERA of 3.11. Mike Schmidt will lead off for Philadelphia. He is 0 for 2 in the ball game, and he flied to left field in the first inning, bounced out in the third, and it's not going to click in. They're going to have to do it.
I'm afraid the frog is chirping harder than you are, pal.
Oh, boy.
You need a big stiff with a lot of honey in it. And there's nothing you can do about it. I've been there. All right, now, umpires here may have asked for the way they're looking up. Oh, they want the lights to come on. It isn't that bad, is it? Kept looking up at the lights. Maybe that's what they want. They want them to come on slowly here. But at any rate, here is Schmidt. Schmidt is 0 for 2, walked intentionally in the 5th inning. He is 2 for 8 in the series, facing right-hander Eddie Whitson, and here's the pitch. A swing and a foul back over to the right side. Whitson is facing the Phillies for the 5th time. He has no record against them. No wins, no losses, and no saves. Against the Phillies in 4 outings, 5 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs, all earned. Walked only 1, struck out 9. And his pitch to Schmidt, swing and a miss with a high fastball, 0-2. Ball game is in the 7th inning. The Pirates on the short end right now. Luzinski's 3-run homer up Jackson in the 6th. Put the Phillies in front for the 2nd time in the game. No balls, 2 strikes. Whitson shakes off his sign. Now has the one he wants. Here's the 0-2 to third baseman Schmidt, high on a fastball, 1-2. Don Robinson started. Struggled a bit today. Threw 2 home run balls to Lerch that hurt him. In the 5th inning, after a double by Luzinski, they brought Jackson on, and he really did his job in that 5th inning. Then Jackson ran into trouble of his own in the 6th. Climax for the home run by Luzinski with 2 aboard. Swing and a miss with a breaking pitch going down and away. Schmidt strikes out to start the Philly 7th. 4th strikeout of a Philly in the game, and it'll bring up Bob Boone, who has singled, bounced to short, and popped to third. Boone is 1 for 3 today. He's 3 for 7 in the series, facing Eddie Whitson. Whitson waiting a moment. Now looks down in to read the sign from Ed Ott. And the first pitch inside a ball. Coming out, Bill Robinson is playing at third base. John Milner's in left. Whitson, the new pitcher. 1 ball and no strikes, and here's the pitch. Swinging and a hit right back to the middle. It almost took Eddie Whitson's shoes with it. Oh, that ball was hit hard. Boone racks one right back through the middle. I don't know how Whitson got out of the way, to tell you the truth. First hit off Whitson, 13 Philly hits. The Phillies had not been hitting. But boy, today they've gotten their hit and close on, and they've got 13 hits in this game, and they're leading 6-4. They'll bring up Harrelson. He's batting for the first time today and in the series. He's batting .224. Batting left-handed against right-hander Whitson. Here's the pitch to him. He punts it up the first base side. Stargell will grab it, flip behind him to Garner. They just did get him at the wire. And the sack goes 3-4. Makes it 2 away and moves Boone into scoring position. And it looks like Tim McCarver is going to come on. That's who it is. Norman Stumps from the VA hospital. Never misses one of our games, and pulling for the Bucks to pull it out here today. So McCarver has been announced. bullpen. Jim McIver hitting .243, 1 homer and 14 runs batted in. He caught last night when Carlton was the pitcher in the series. McIver is 0 for 3. McIver against Pirate pitching this year, batting .067 with 1 for 15 and 2 runs batted in against us. So McIver will be the pinch hitter with a runner at second. Boone is the runner at second base, and he's got a pretty good lead right now. And Whitson looking back to check him. So here's McIver. The Phillies are leading 6-4. 7th inning. Whitson's pitch to McIver, and a fastball that misses, and it's 1-0. Billy continues to throw in the Pirate bullpen. Tug McGraw is heating it up in the Philadelphia bullpen. Phillies need a win. The Pirates cannot afford a loss. The pitch, swinging in a high fly ball, shallow right center. Omar Moreno is there, and the side has been retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Boone left. And now this crowd will stand as one, over 28,000 on a Saturday afternoon, and they'll try with their vocal cords to do what they did last night, spur the Buccos on. We won last night in the 9th in both of those games. Now we're going to the bottom of the 7th, and with the scoreboard telling this tale, Phillies 6, Pirates 4.
Go back now and join Milo Hamilton in Pittsburgh.
Tug McGraw is the third Philly pitcher following Lerch and Brewster. Frank Tavares 0 for 3 today. Picked up a couple of hits in each of the games last night, but has gone hitless so far today. Batting .278 as he leads off in the 7th inning. Moreno's on deck, then Parker. Tug McGraw ready to throw his first pitch in relief today, and here it comes to Tavares, and it is high inside, ball 1. The Phillies, 6 runs, 13 hits. They've had 2 homers out of Randy Lerch, the starter, and a big one from Luzinski that put him back in front. The Pirates are 4-7-2 with a grand slam by Stargell. Walked up to bunt, took it down low, 2 balls, no strikes. McGraw's pitch, and it's a strike called in the outside corner. Right-hand batter, left-hand pitcher. McGraw to the motion. There's a high fly ball, shallow right. McBride had him positioned perfectly, makes the catch. 1 away in the 7th. Tavares flying out to bake McBride. Here's Omar Moreno. He walked in the first inning, was on base when Stargell hit the grand slam. Since then, Moreno has struck out twice. Randy Lerch got him both times. Pirates now have not scored since the Stargell grand slam in the opening inning. They're trailing 6-4 in the 7th. Moreno the batter, Parker due up next. Tug McGraw kicks and delivers. There's a fly ball to left field, and Luzinski had him played perfectly. Makes the catch, and it's 2 away. Moreno tried to take the tug to the opposite field. He did, but got it up in the air to Luzinski, who moved back about 4 steps and made the play. Now, the big guy is coming out. Dave Parker, who got a base hit in the first, struck out in the third, flied out to center in the 5th. So he's 1 for 3 today. He's had 5 hits in the series, batting .334. The batting title is his, but he wants to play on a winner. And here's the pitch. A high bouncer to second. Harrelson backs up when the ball throws, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Tug McGraw. He came on and made it look easy. Now it's the end of 7. Only 2 more shots left. It's the job of the pitcher on that mound to keep it where it is in order to give the Buckbats a chance. We'll go to the 8th inning with the Phillies coming to bat leading. Philadelphia 6, Pittsburgh 4.
Well, you're being covered on 2 fronts this afternoon, bringing you the bonus, the Pirates and the Philadelphia Phillies in the 3rd game of that crucial series in Pittsburgh. Philadelphia needs only to win 1 to reign as the National League East champion for the 3rd consecutive season. Pittsburgh coming off of a doubleheader sweep last night, but today trailing at the end of 7 innings of play, 6-4 to the Philadelphia Phillies. So in the next to the last day of the regular season, things are still very much up in the air in 2 divisions, the American League East, where the Yankees lead Boston by 1 game, Both of those teams are winning today at New York. Ed Figueroa shooting for his 20th win, working on a 4-hit shutout through 7 innings as the Yankees hold a 7-0 edge in that game. Reggie Jackson has hit a home run for the New York club, his 26th of the year. And in the bottom of the 8th at Boston, the Red Sox lead Toronto 5-1 as Dennis Eckersley tries to notch his 20th win for the Boston Red Sox. Time running out on Pittsburgh, and we'll go back now to the Phillies batting in the top of the 8th inning.
All right, here we go to the 8th with Bake McBride, Larry Boa, and Gary Maddox due up as the top of the Danny Ozark order. Bake McBride is 2 for 4 today, has had 6 hits in the series. Art McKinnon, the PA announcer, requesting the fans now to show the courtesy that they should not throw anything on the field. I mentioned McBride with his 2 hits today has 4 hits. He had 2 in the first game last night and drove in 4 runs with a couple of doubles. And Eddie Whitson ready to work his second inning. Philadelphia batting and leading by 2. And Whitson's pitch to McBride. He swings and he misses. 0-1. McBride has 2 hits, Maddox 3, Luzinski 3, and Luzinski's last, of course, was a big one, a 3-run homer that put them back in front. Hebner an RBI double, Boone 2 hits, Randy Lerch, the starter, had 2 homers before he left. Pitch comes way inside, almost takes McBride with it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Inning number 8 at Three Rivers in Pittsburgh. A crowd of over 28,000 here. They've still got some pull left in them, and they're going to do their best here. They really rankled the Phillies a bit last night. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Whitson's pitch. Swinging in a line drive single to center. His 3rd straight hit. Moreno's throw back into Garner with the second base bag. And Larry Sherry started his walk to the mound. That is the second hit off Whitson and 14 hits for Philadelphia. The batter is Larry Boa, 0 for 4 today and 0 for 12 in this series. Sherry, Ott, Whitson, and Bill Robinson forming the quartet on the mound. You got McBride at first who can fly. Leads it off with a single in the 8th inning. The Phillies are in front in this game, 6-4. They've doubled the Pirate hit column, 14-7. And the Bucks just cannot afford to let the Phillies put any more pressure on here as far as expanding the lead. And Kent Jacoby has started to throw in the bullpen. Luzinski's 3-run homer in the 6th inning off Jackson got the Phillies back in front. And that erased the Stargell Grand Slam first inning lead. Here's the pitch. Pitch out. Runner was not going. Larry Boa looking down at his third base coach, Billy DeMars. One ball, no strikes. He's back up in there batting left-handed against the right-hander Whitson. McBride has his lead at first. Stargell trying to hold him close. Here's the pitch. He bunts it up the first base side. And Stargell throw behind, and it's safe at first base. Garner got there for the throw, but Boa beats it out. 2 men on and nobody away. It goes as a bunt single. Dragging it up the first base side. Stargell came in, threw quickly behind him to Garner, but Boa had beaten the rep. Hit number 3 off Whitson. 15 hits for Philadelphia, and it brings up Gary Maddox. 2 on and nobody out. And Chuck Tanner's on his way. Probably figuring here, we're in the last corral. And if we're going to do it, I'm going to go with the guy who brung me. Because Jacoby is out there and ready. And Jacoby will be called upon. Whitson, after giving up 2 hits in the 8th, will be relieved. And Kent Jacoby will make the long walk from the bullpen for the 90th time this year. 8 wins, 7 losses. He won both ends of the doubleheader last night. He has 30 saves. And Jacoby now, as the crowd responds to him making that walk, he's got to come in and put out another major uprising here. The New York Yankees in the bottom of the eighth are still leading Cleveland 7-0. Boston over Toronto 5-1 in the bottom of the eighth. And Kent Jacoby, who's been the workhorse out of that bullpen this year, has reached the mound, and Chuck Tanner there to greet him and hand him the ball and say, all right, this is it. The Phillies are leading 6-4. They've got 2 men on with nobody out. The game is in the 8th inning. Gary Maddox, who's had 3 for 4 today, is due up. So Jacoby will be announced, and he is the 4th pitcher used for the Pirates today. Robinson started, Jackson in the 5th, Whitson in the 7th, and now Jacoby in the 8th. Phillies have had 2 home runs out of Randy Lerch, the starting pitcher, and Greg Luzinski hit one into the pavilion in left field. And that gave them their second lead of the game, and that's what they're working on right now, 6-4. It's come down to the next to the last day here. And it looks like in the American League East that the Yankees in Boston will start tomorrow a game apart on their final day. Because the Yankees are leading 7-0 and the Red Sox are leading 5-1. Both of those games in the bottom of the 8th inning. All right, Jacoby says he's ready, and Gary Maddox will step in. He's been on base every time up today. 3 singles and reached on an error. He has scored twice. McBride and Boa, 2 speed merchants are on with nobody out. Kent Jacoby with a big, deep breath. He lets it all out. Now looks in to read the sign from Eda. Stretching. They're expecting the punt, and before any pitch is thrown, the move was on, and Jacoby looking to see as Garner checked in behind the runner at second. But McBride didn't go for that bait, and so Jacoby wisely held on to the ball. Maddox, 3 hits today, 4 hits in the series. And right now, Garner letting Jacoby know what the defensive sign has been flashed by Chuck Tanner. It's always Garner's job to do that. Early in the year, of course, it was Stennett. The second baseman does it. All right, let's see the infield and how they move. There's the bunt up the first base side. Stargell with it. His only play is behind him to Garner, and Maddox is out. It moves 2 runners up. 3-4 on the sack. It was the only play they had. And now Luzinski, 3 for 4, included in there a 3-run homer, will be batting with runners at second and third with 1 away. When the Bull hit one out of here, his last time up in the 6th inning, it gave him 35 for the year and put him over the century mark in RBIs, giving him 101. So with runners at second and third and 1 away, Luzinski has arrived at the batter's box. Richie Hebner is on deck. So Kent Jacoby with a monumental task in front of him. And Keeks Troop got that banner waving out there, trying to pull him through. The infield is up all the way around. The stretch by Jacoby. Look to third. The pitch to Luzinski. Too close, and it hit him. Hit him on the forearm. Bases are loaded. So hit by a pitcher's loaded him here. It's the first one by Jacoby, the second Philly to be hit today. Hebner was hit in the 3rd inning by Don Robinson. And here is Richie Hebner. He doubled in a run in the first, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Since then has popped to second and flied to right. And a former Pirate will bat with the bases loaded, and Luzinski may be lifted here. If Jerry Martin, his caddy, will run for him. outfield. So Richie Hebner, a left-hand batter. The last thing Jacoby in the world wanted to do was hit Luzinski. So Martin running at first base. The bases are loaded. Maddox making the only out of the inning so far on the sacrifice. And there's a high bouncer just outside the plate line. Ott grabbed it. He thought it was fair. The umpire had called it foul. It was a high chop about 8 feet up the first base side. Ott got out of the starting blocks and grabbed it. He stepped on the plate and was ready to fire to first, but the first base umpire was stopping him, yelling and saying it was a foul ball. Ott looking down at the ground in disbelief, because he was ready to come up with a double play that would have ended the threat. But it was fouled just outside that first base line, about 8 feet up the line. No balls and 1 strike. McBride is at third, Bo is at second, pinch runner Martin at first, 1 out, 8th inning. Jacoby's pitch to Hebner. He lines it down the right side, and it'll be a extra base hit into the corner. McBride scores, Boa scores, Martin is going to be waved. Hebner is headed for third. The throw to the plate was safe, and Hebner's in at third base, and he cleared the bases. It's a double, third on the throw to the plate, and 3 runs batted in, and the Phillies have widened the gap to 9-4. The first hit off Jacoby, 16 hits for the Phillies. Runs 7, 8, and 9 scoring on the Hebner double into the right field corner. Got to bring up Schmidt. 3 RBIs for Hebner, 4 RBIs for Hebner in this game. He's got a dozen of them against the Pirates this year. Infield up all the way around with Hebner at third base, getting credit for a double. Took third on the throw to the plate. It was not in time to get a sliding Martin. And a sidearm breaking pitch is in for a strike on Schmidt. Now the Bucks facing their biggest uphill task of the last month. They had come from 11 and a half back to a game and a half. Now they're down 9-4 in the 8th inning. They had a 4-1 lead at one time. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt and took it for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes on Schmidt. So Hebner is at third. He cleared him with a double into the right field corner. So the Phillies needing a game when they came into this series. Threatening to put it away here in the 8th inning because they are leading 9-4. Jacoby's pitch on the way and is just outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kent Jacoby coming on in the 8th inning in relief of Woodson, 4th Pirate pitcher of the afternoon. A day that started so glamorously and gloriously with a grand slam by Stargell, and the Bucks have not scored since then, but the Phillies have been. Here's the pitch. Too tight above the knees, and it's 2-2. And Randy Lerch, the starting pitcher who gave up the grand slam, kept himself and his club in the game by hitting 2 home runs off Don Robinson. Then in the 6th inning, Luzinski hit a 3-run homer. Now a 3-run double by Hebner, and the Phillies are leading the Pirates 9-4. 2 more chances for the Bucks. But Jacoby needs to shut the door here. A bouncer foul outside third and skips up off the box seat railing to the third base umpire, and it's 2-2. Bob Boone will be next. The Phillies have out-hit the Pirates 16-7, leading the score 9-4. The Pirates, who picked up 2 dramatic 9th inning wins last night, will have 2 more chances to try to pull out the 3rd one and stay alive in the National League Eastern chase. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Schmidt, and a high fly ball to center that's going to score a run as Moreno is right at the edge of the track. Hebner will walk in with run number 10 on the sacrifice fly by Schmidt. Now it is 10-4 Philadelphia. Boone 2 for 4 will step in. a single in the second and a single in the seventh. Announced, and he's up in there, and Tekulve ready to work with nobody on. 2 away, and the breaking pitch outside. But 4 runs have crossed. They have scored 7 runs in the last 3 innings. And have come from down 4-3 to lead 10-4. 1 ball and no strikes, and here's the pitch. Sinker outside corner at the knees, and it's 1-1. Tekulve working on Bob Boone. Harrelson would be next. 2 straight hits against Woodson, then Tekulve came on. Jammed him, and he fouled it off to the left side. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the catcher, Boone. In the bottom of the 8th, we will have Robinson, Stargell, and Garner to try to get something going, and it's going to take some doing. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. There's a high pop right side. Stargell wants it, and the captain will grab it. Side is retired, but the Phillies put a big 4 spot up there. Now this crowd's going to try to give the Buck Bats a lift. 4 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. The big blow, of course, was Richie Hebner's 3-run double. There weren't any errors. Nobody was left. And we're getting down to cases now, folks. After 7.5, it's Philadelphia 10 and Pittsburgh 4.
Things do not look good for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Philadelphia with 4 in the 8th inning, now leaded by a score of 10-4, and we'll go back to join the Pirate Baseball Network.
Jerry Martin, who ran for Luzinski, stays in the game to play left field. And as we go to the bottom of the 8th, Doug McGraw ready to work his second inning. Bill Robinson is 1 for 3 today. And Doug McGraw's first pitch in the 8th is swung on and fouled to the screen, and it's strike 1. The Phillies leading 10-4. They came to town needing a win. They didn't get it last night. They're leading by 6 with 2 innings to go. Here's the pitch. Bounced it up there, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. Left-hand reliever McGraw, he's their third pitcher, and delivers to Bill Robinson. Swinging and fouling, out of play, back to the right side, and it's 1-2. Crowd still pulling here. Trying to lift the Buccos up by their bootstraps. They're down by 6 after leading 4-1 at the end of the first inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Low inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Willie Stargell, who hit the grand slam in the first inning, is due up next. 2 balls and 2 strikes. McGraw reads the sign from Bob Boone. He's ready, and here's the pitch. Check swing foul up on the screen again. He tried to duck away from a high inside pitch, but it hit the bat, and the count holds at 2-2. Swung on and delivered way back into left field. If it's going to stay fair, it is just foul, about 1.5 feet outside the foul pole. Jerry Martin went way over there, almost got to it. That ball just missed being gone. It just did hook off about the last 10 feet. So it's a long, noisy foul, and the count is still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bill Robinson trying to start something for the Bucs, who made a major comeback since mid-August. They brought it down to the next to the last day. An uphill climb now, trailing 10-4 in the 8th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McGraw's pitch, low inside, full count. The Bucs need 2 big innings. They're trailing 10-4. And a payoff pitch from McGraw to Robinson. Swinging and fouling, out of play, up to the right side. Robbie's still alive. McGraw takes that big deep breath. Now he's ready. And a payoff pitch on the way. Swinging and fouling. Robbie hanging tough, and it's still 3-2. Pirates have been limited to 7 hits. They got 3 of those in the very first inning. All right, another 3-2 is due. And here it comes from the inside corner, letter high. Philadelphia coming on strong in the 6th and the 8th, scoring 7 runs in those 2 frames and leading by 6. Here's the 1-1 to Stargell. And another strike, an off-speed breaking pitch, and it's 1-2. McGraw going to the name of pitching. Off-speed pitches a couple of times here on Stargell. Caught him looking. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To look to second. Here's the pitch. Fouled over here to the left side into the seats. And it's still 1-2 to Captain Willie, who has had a marvelous comeback year. 28 homers, 97 runs batted in. Picked up his 11th career grand slam in the first inning today. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. First strikeout for McGraw today. It is the 6th strikeout of a Pirate in the game, and it brings up Phil Garner. Phillies had a walk and a stolen base, a bounce to third, and a base hit. He's 1 for 2. Garner facing Tug McGraw in the 8th inning. Stretching and looking back. Long hesitation this time. The pitch to Garner. And it is low inside, ball 1. The Philadelphia Phillies, who looked as though they had the Pirates buried on the 12th of August, 11 and a half games back. Here we are the next to the last day, and there is a strike called in the outside corner at the knees. The Pirates, who have won 24 in a row at home coming into today. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at second, Robinson. The pitch swung on and popped him up behind the shortstop, Boa. He's waiting. And he has it. 2 away. That'll bring up John Milner, who was a pinch hitter in the 6th inning for Berra, remained in the game to play left field, and comes out for the 2nd time in this game. Left-hand pitcher, left-hand batter. McGraw and Milner were teammates at one time with the New York Mets. Robinson led off the inning with a double. Now there are 2 away, and a strike is called to Milner on the inside corner between the knees and the belt. The battling Bucks have been just that. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Off-speed breaking pitch, strike call. Boy, he's been effective with that pitch in this inning. 0-2 the count. Bill Robinson started it off with a double into the left field corners. Remained at second as Stargell struck out and Garner popped up. Here's the 0-2 to Milner. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out, and the side has been retired. No runs and 1 hit, no errors. A double that started the inning wasted and 1 man left. Only 1 more, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Off-speed breaking pitch, strike call. Boy, he's been effective with that pitch in this inning. 0-2 the count. Bill Robinson started it off with a double into the left field corners. Remained at second as Stargell struck out and Garner popped up. Here's the 0-2 to Milner. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out, and the side has been retired. No runs and 1 hit, no errors. A double that started the inning wasted and 1 man left. Only 1 more shot, and we will go to the 9th inning with the Phillies 10 and the Pirates 4.
Only 1 inning stands between the Philadelphia Phillies and their 3rd straight Eastern Division championship, and we will pick up the 9th inning of action with Milo Hamilton.
7th inning will be leading it off. And Bibby's first pitch is high, ball 1. Bibby working in the 9th, and the pitch to Harrelson, and a strike called in the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch on the way from the big right-hander, and it is a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Tug McGraw, the pitcher, is due up next. Ball outside, 2-2. And as you look at this situation, 10-4 in the 9th. Have to start reflecting It's just been a game closer when you came into this series. But you can't look at it that way. Those games are gone. It's like your Aunt Minnie. If she'd had a mustache, she'd have been your Uncle Fred, but it didn't happen that way. This ball club has battled back when everybody had him written off. Ball inside, and that walk, Harrelson. So Bibby walks the first man that he faces. And here comes Tug McGraw, who doesn't get a chance to bat very often. He's only been to bat 4 times all year. Throws left, bats right. Harrelson at first base. Bibby stretches, looks back. McGraw bunting, it's up the first base side. Bibby with it, almost collides with Stargell. That would have been like 2 Mack trucks. Through the Garner. It is a 1-4 sack. And McBride will be the batter. He has had 3 straight hits in the 4th, 6th, and 8th. And triggered some innings for them. It started with the grand slam in the first by Stargell, but Randy Lerch, who threw that grand slam, when you go back and look at this game, it's going to turn out that he really kept them in the game because he hit 2 home runs and sparked them and kept them from oblivion. Then when he was relieved, they got 3 on a home run by Luzinski. Hebner got a bases-loaded double in the 8th, and the Phillies are leading 10-4. Harrelson at second with 1 out, McBride the batter. And a fastball on the outside corner. Bower will be next. Phillies have done the hitting, and they've done the scoring. They've out-hit the Bucks 16-8, leading the score 10-4. 9th inning. Bibby has the sign from Ed Ott. Stretches and looks back. Here's the pitch. Swinging and a foul going to be above us, probably into the Philly booth. No balls and 2 strikes. It came out again onto the screen. All right, Blake McBride, 2 strikes. 3 hits today, 5 hits in the series. Jim Bibby, 5th Pirate pitcher of the game, stretching, looking back to second, comes on to McBride, almost nipped him in the shoulder. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The light at the end of the tunnel. The Bucks have 1 more chance to keep it lit. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and here's Bibby's pitch. Bouncer, first base side. Stargell grabs it behind the back, runs to first, gets McBride. Harrelson moves over to third. It's 2 away and brings up Boa. Boa had a bunt single in the 8th inning. It's his only hit in the series. They talked about this weekend being a battle of Boa and Parker for the MVP. No contest. Bibby with a full line and a pitch to Boa. A strike call on the outside corner. Might have even just tipped the end of the bat, and I believe it did. Parker's had 5 hits in the series. Boa's had 1. Parker has scored 101 times this year as a ball well outside. Boa has scored 77 times, batting all year in the second spot with hitters like Maddox, Luzinski, Hebner, and Schmidt behind him. Here's the 1-1 to Boa. There's a high fly ball, shot a left, shortstop Tavares out, and he's going to make the grab running away. Boa's out, and so are the Phillies. We have come down to 1 inning for the 1978 season. The Pirates will come to bat, trying to stay alive for the 78 campaign. They're going to have their biggest inning of the year. The Phillies 10, the Pirates 4. All right, it's the last mile for the 1978 Pirates. If they can come back, they will take it to tomorrow on the final day. They have battled from 11 and a half back. It's been an inspiring team. They've lived up to their 78 nickname, the Battle and Buck. It would have been easy on the 12th of August to roll over and died. They wouldn't do it. And they have brought it down to the next to the last day, and Ed Ott, who is 1 for 2, will be leading it off against McGraw. Tug McGraw, who has pitched 2 innings and given up only 1 hit. Ed Ott with a fly ball to center, a walk and a single, 3 hits in the series. And the fans still clamoring for some Pirate action, and there's a line drive single into right field. Ed Ott hangs out a rope to start the bottom of the 9th. Second hit off McGraw, 9th hit of the game for Pittsburgh. And Cito Gaston will make his first appearance as a Pirate. He had been with Atlanta all year, batting .229 with 1 homer and 9 RBIs. Clarence Cito Gaston. And obviously the Bucks need a long ball. They've got to carve in as hard and as much as they can. The Phillies are leading 10-4 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Cito Gaston, right-hand pinch hitter. McGraw stretching, looking to first. Here's the pitch. A drive through the hole, a base hit into left field. Gaston jumps on the first pitch. His first appearance as a Pirate is a base knock through the hole on the left side. That's hit number 10. And the crowd now up and clamoring. They want that big inning. They want it to go to tomorrow. And Frank Tavares, who is hitless today in 4 trips, will be stepping in. Frankie is 4 for 12 in the series, had 2 hits in each of the games last night. Now the job is to get things moving and get old Mo back on our side. We came to this series with momentum, won a doubleheader last night. Need to get him back. Stretching, looking, and McGraw's pitch to Tavares. He punts it. The pitcher coming over to get it. He's going to throw to first base. It's safe. The bases are loaded. Nobody out. A bunt single by Tavares. The Pirates are still alive. It's the 3rd straight hit off McGraw. It's 11 Pirate hits for the afternoon. And Omar Moreno will be the batter. The Philadelphia Phillies are leading by 6. Is this the beginning of one of the greatest comebacks in baseball history? Omar Moreno has walked once today. He's 0 for 3 officially. He has struck out twice. Ed Ott at third. Gaston at second. Tavares is at first. Nobody out. The 28,000 are still here. They're still yelling. They're trying to get it going. They're trying to turn up the Pirate bat. Tug McGraw still on the mound. Pitch to Moreno. Swinging a high bouncer to second. The only play will be a forced play at second, and Ott scores. It's 10-5. Coming over to third was Gaston. Tavares was forced. Harrelson to Boa scored at 4-6. Moreno's at first with a fielder's choice. He gets credit for a run batted in, and here comes the Cobra. Parker today is 1 for 4. He's had 5 hits in the series. This is one of those times when Parker would probably be trying to play long ball because we need him in a cluster. It's 10-5 Philadelphia. Gaston third. Moreno first. The crowd's still wild about their Pirates. Here's the runner going at first. There'll be no throw at the stolen base, and that ties the Pirate record. 70 stolen bases. That ties the Pirate record set last year by Tavares. Moreno ties the all-time Pirate season high of 70 with that depth. First base is empty. 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. The 0-1 to Parker. A foul ball down the left side. It'll end up in the seats, not quite to the bullpen area. And McGraw is out in front of Parker with 2 strikes. Bill Robinson due up next. Philadelphia with 10 runs and 16 hits. The Pirates 5 runs, 11 hits. The Battle of Bucks trying to live up to that nickname in every way. No balls, 2 strikes. McGraw winding. The pitch to Parker. Swinging in a looping fly ball. Center drops in. Base hit. 1 run will score. They're going to wave Moreno. Slides at the plate. club can't do it. But they didn't do it. They just simply wouldn't quit. And now they're trying to keep it going till the final day. They battled back with 3 runs here in the 9th inning. It's the Phillies 10 and the Pirates 7 as Ron Reed arrives at the mound and Tug McGraw takes a walk to the shower. That's how big it is, and the Candy Man has gone to the bullpen. Here is Bill Robinson ready to face Ron Reed. Robinson in this game has had a single and a double. Parker's at second base. If Robbie could play long ball, it'd be a 1-run game. Phillies are leading 10-7 with a runner at second and 1 out. Swing and a foul up here to the right side, and it's strike 1. Ron Reed becomes their 4th pitcher of the afternoon. He's in relief of Tug McGraw. Reed gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high jump off Reed. Up off Smith's body. The ball gets away into left field. Parker's going to score. It's 10-8. That ball was absolutely hit like a bullet. It's a base hit and an RBI for Robinson. The ball sliced into the AstroTurf, jumped up off Smith, rolled into left field. Stargell the batter. He represents the tying run. Holy Toledo. Hang on, folks. The Buccos are trying to do it here in the 9th inning. Phillies 10, Pirates 8, 4 runs and scored. Willie Stargell hit a grand slam in the first inning. Is 1 for 4 in the game. It's a 10-8 game right now. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball coming up this way, but lands on the screen, and it's strike 2 to Stargell. Garner due up next. The Philadelphia Phillies, 10 runs, 16 hits. The Pirates, 8 runs, 13 hits. 5 hits in this inning. Here's the pitch. Did he go after it? Yes, he did. And that is a strikeout. Now it's up to Bill Garner. Bill Garner today has walked, bounced to third, singled, and popped up. The Philadelphia Phillies know they've been in a dogfight. And Bill Garner will be batting against Ron Reed. He represents the tying run. Robinson at first base. The pitch, swinging and fouling into the backstop. John Milner would be next. Garner trying to keep not only this inning alive and this game alive, but this season alive. The pitch. Low inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Garner. Ron Reed. The first man he faced, Robinson hit a turf scorcher off Smith. Rolled into left field. He got Parker home. Now there are 2 away. The 1-1 to Garner. Swings and he misses, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Philadelphia leading by 2. Garner represents the tying run. The crowd trying to keep it going. Garner's trying to do the same thing. The 1-2 pitch. Outside of Benez. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Scrap iron trying to wear out Reed here. Bill Robinson at first base, 2 away, 4 runs are in. Trying to keep the uprising going. The 2-2 pitch. Low outside, ball 3. All right. Bill Robinson will be ready to move at first. It's a full count, 2 away. Bottom of the 9th inning. Philadelphia leading by 2. The Phillies trying to hang on and end it. The Pirates trying to hang on and keep it from ending. All right, Robinson ready to run. Here's the pitch. A high bouncer, foul, third base side. They'll wind Robbie up and bring him back to first. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bill Garner, it rests right on his bat. The 160th game of the year. That's for the Pirates. For the Phillies, 161. The runner ready. Here he goes. Here's the pitch. A bouncer to short. Boa throws, and the Phillies have won the East. One of the greatest comebacks, and the Phillies are clamoring all over each other. They have won their division, but they won it by the skin of their collective teeth. In the ninth inning for the Pirates, 4 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. There weren't any errors. 1 man was left. And the Phillies have won their 3rd straight division in a row. The Pirates put it on them right down to the next to the last day. But the Phillies have survived not only a great comeback, but they survived a great 9th inning comeback. And the final score, the Philadelphia Phillies 10, the Pittsburgh Pirates 8.
All the good things wrapped up in one. Hi, everybody. We're back on the Tasty Cake Wrap-Up Show. I'm Andy Musser along with Chris Wheeler upstairs here. We're going to switch to the locker room. Rich Ashburn is talking with Mike Schmidt, and Schmitty walking away now, and Warren Brewster's coming in to talk with Whitey. Let's join the locker room celebration.
Pretty sticky situations all year. None hairier than this weekend. How do you feel?
I feel super right now. It's great to have all this pressure off us now. We're ready. We're as ready as can be for the playoffs. We played under pressure all year, and we're used to it now. We're ready.
You made the balk last night. Today you came in, you only got in 1 inning, but it was a big inning. You got them out of there at a time. We only had a 2-run lead, and I guess you kind of wanted to get back in there today.
I sure did. I wanted to redeem myself bad. I really feel bad about last night, and I have to live with it. It happened, and it's over with. Today's a new day, and now we're celebrating.
Good luck to you, Bruce. Nice going. Randy Lerch, you son of a gun. Nice. All right, buddy. You know, you've always told me you can hit. In fact, you said before the ball game that you hit one over the center field fence, and but I didn't think you were going to do it twice, Randy.
Well, that's news, too, Rich, because I didn't think I was going to do it twice either. I'll tell you, that's the first time I've ever gone over the center field fence, even in batting practice. So to do it another time, I couldn't believe it.
I give you credit for hanging in there. Stargell got you for that grand slammer. Looked like you made a bad pitch. And he nailed it, huh?
I did. I made a very bad pitch. I was throwing 2 fastballs right by him, and I come back with a hanging breaking ball. It was very dumb on my part, and we didn't get down. We battled right back, and we're celebrating right now.
You kept them in there with those home runs. You kept them close. Nice going.
Thank you very much, Rich.
Randy, good luck to you.
All right. I can't believe it. Hey, get on that jacket. Your ass about Randy Lerch.
All right, Chris. Back in the clubhouse at Three Rivers Stadium, Bob Boone standing right here. Boone, nobody said it'd be easy. That last inning, How did you pitch to Willie Stargell? How did you strike him out? What were you thinking at that time? What are you thinking now?
How am I supposed to know? I'll tell you, Harry, with Ron Ray's been doing such a great job for us all year, and you get into that inning, we can't try anything fancy. I was just going to go at him hard, try to move the ball around. I try to give him 1 ball in, down and in, and he's been swinging at that. That's a real tough pitch for him, and then I was going to go at him hard, and Ronnie just threw a super hard fastball, and just up and away, and really, Willie's got to be standing there thinking, try to hit it out, and he's got to get a good pitch, and it was a great pitch by Reed.
Rudy, how does this feel this year compared to the last 2?
It's the best, Harry. I tell you, it was a struggle all the way for us, and I think it's over with. It's been a long year, and we're just I'm just thankful it's over with. Now we can start maybe thinking about the playoffs, and you got to give the Pirates a great deal of credit. They came a long way to get back at us, and they were battling right to the end, and it was something where we never really pressed. But, it's something where you knew we had to win one. We knew it's tough here. They're playing great ball. Are all swinging hot bats, and we just had to go out and do it. And especially the win where Randy gives up the grand slam in the first inning, and now we got to battle back. And I showed a great deal of character on our club with Randy Lerch getting 2 big home runs and Bull coming through. It was a tremendous win for us. It's one I'll remember forever.
You bet. Louis, thanks a lot. Great year.
Thank you very much.
The Pope, Paul Owens, Phillies Vice President and General Manager. Pope, nobody's going to be easy. I'll tell you. What were you thinking in the 9th inning?
I
I don't know. I died of something. I must have lost 10 pounds in the last 2 days, Harry.
And I guess, well, you got to give the Pirates credit. What a job they did. And do you think the Pirates, by coming on, have made the Phillies a better ball club?
I think this has been a good lesson for Shaw, really. And I can't say enough about the Pirates because we played good ball the last month, and they just played super ball, and they put on a great show. And I think it was great for baseball, and I hope it's great for the city of Pittsburgh.
There was a point in time in the fifth inning where the Phillies got second and third, nobody out, did not score, came back in the next inning with Cole's home run, and that had to be just a great lift. I've never seen the big guy that emotional.
Even he clapped his hands.
Hey, Dick! All right, Bo! Go for it!
Nice going, Bonesy.
Larry Boa, Willie Carpenter, Phillies president and owner is here. Really had them all the way. Oh, yeah, Harry. I think my heart stopped beating about 10 times in that ninth inning. Unbelievable.
Well, it really shows you the character of this ball club, I think. And I think maybe it's a blessing that the Pirates gave us a little heat.
Well, it's a real tribute to the Pirate organization, the job they have done, because I think the last time we played them in August, they were 13 or 14 games.
All right, guys, I see ya.
The Pirates were...
Bad Hockman being showers.
The Pirates were 13 or 14 games out of first place, and here they are today just knocking on the door, and they really kept the heat on us, and it is a tribute because I know it was a terrible disappointment last night when we lost the doubleheader, and these guys came back today, and they did a really fine job, and it's ironic because the bats woke up. Our relief pitching has been so strong all year, and then in the ninth inning, the relief pitching really wasn't that effective other than Ron Reed, but they all did a hell of a job.
Really, as far as you're concerned, is this the sweetest of the three?
Well, in some ways, yes, but in spite of all the external difficulties surrounding the first one in 1976, I think that was the sweetest because that was the first time since 1950 the Phillies had ever really won anything.
How do you feel going into the playoffs?
Well, the Dodgers have played very well. We're going to have to get more hitting if we're going to beat the Dodgers. I think the pitching is going to be solid. It's been solid all year, and the defense has been good too. But we're going to have to get the hitting when it counts. And certainly today, the Bulls 3-run homer and Richie Hebner's triple with a bases loaded. They were the big hits.
Really, do you think he could have won it without Dick Rusin? Do you think that was a key trade?
I certainly do. I know we gave up, in my opinion, maybe one of the top 3 or 4 relief pitchers in baseball in Gene Garber. But Dick Rusin came back, and we would have really been in trouble without him.
Great win. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Harry.
All right. Willie Carpenter, president and owner.
All right, we're back upstairs here in the broadcast booth, and we're going to run down the scoreboard and then wrap up our Tasty Cake wrap-up show. But as you can tell, the boys in the locker room are really happy about this one. And, Chris, I think really in many ways the celebration down there is more genuine and spirited than the last two. I mean, the Phils really came a lot closer to the end of the season before winning it this time than they did either 76 or 77. There's no doubt in my mind that the Phillies realized that they were looking the bullet right in the eye last night after that doubleheader, and that this was a very, very hot baseball team they were playing here in Pittsburgh, and they knew they had to try and somehow win a game because if the Pirates swept the Phillies this weekend, they weren't going to lose to the Reds on Monday. And they just showed you why the way they came at the Phillies in the ninth inning. So, yeah, I think it is. It looks like it. And I know when we get down there, we'll probably get drowned again, but it sure is a lot of fun to go down and be in one of those babies. And I think it is more genuine. I think if it would have happened a week ago, it wouldn't have had the feeling that it does today. But because of the problems and all the things that led up to it, you know, it has to be very, very satisfying. And they doused Whitey Ashburn has just walked in our broadcast booth. That stuff smells terrible. What a sight. I hope it tastes better than it smells. Whitey says it does. Quick look at the scoreboard. In the American League East, New York beat Cleveland 7-0. Their magic number is 1 now, as the Red Sox beat Toronto 5-1. Both Ed Figueroa and Dennis Eckersley became 20-game winners today. Baltimore and Detroit 2-2 at the end of 3.5. Milwaukee and Oakland just getting underway. In the National League, St. Louis over Montreal 6-1. And at the end of 7 innings, it was New York 4 and the Chicago Cubs 2. I believe a final has been posted in that ball game, but our ticker here in the booth has begun to garble. And we never got any report at all on Atlanta-Cincinnati with Phil Negro pitching for his 20th in that one. It could possibly be that is a night game. All right, that's it for the Tasty Cake wrap-up show. Speaking for Chris Wheeler, Harry Callis, and Rich Ashburn, Andy Musser saying so long from Pittsburgh, where the Phillies have indeed wrapped up. The National League Eastern Division title, the magic number is 0. We'll see you tomorrow on the Phillies Baseball Network.
Hope you've enjoyed today's Tasty Cake wrap-up show. Tune in after the next Phillies game when Tasty Cake once again wraps up facts and figures of the game, interviews the star of the game, and gives you the inside scoop in the Phillies as the 1978 baseball season rolls along. Tasty Cake and the Phillies are all the good things wrapped up in one. Tasty Cake is a world of fun. All those things wrapped up in one.
Well, the 1978 season has come to a dramatic end and abruptly here. Although there's another game to go tomorrow, the Phillies have wrapped up the East for the third straight year. They can breathe easier knowing that they beat a rough, tough, tumble, roughhouse pirate crew that put it on them from the middle of August right down to today. And even in the ninth inning, the Phillies couldn't breathe easily. They thought they were going to waltz in. They were leading 10-4. Then a 4-run Pirate inning made it 10-8. And here are the totals. For the Phillies, 10 runs, 16 hits, 1 error, they strand 10. Lerch the winner, and although he gave up a grand slam in the first inning, he kept his own club in it by hitting 2 home runs. His record is 11-8. The winning RBI went to Hebner when he got the bases loaded double in the 8th inning. The Pirates, 8-13-2 with 7 left. Jackson, the loser, 7-5. Home runs by Lerch a pair, Luzinski 1 that put them in front to stay. Stargell had a grand slam in the first inning. And so, the Pittsburgh Pirates, who made one of the most gallant runs at a division title that's come since the divisions were put into existence, fell short on the next to the last day. But nobody that's on this Pirate team, nobody that's connected with the Pirates in any capacity, has to walk around with their head down today. This team just battled for all they were worth. They had won 24 in a row at home, but they lost this one, and with it, a chance to win the division. So that's the story of it here. This crowd is limp, I want to tell you. They stayed on, and they pulled for the Bucks to do it. They almost did it in the ninth. They had the tying run at the plate, but couldn't pull it off. But oh, how close they came, and oh, how close it was. So the Phillies have won it 10-8. Now tomorrow, as far as we know, Candelaria will still pitch. Christensen is slated for them, but they might pitch somebody else because they know they've got to be in a playoff with the Dodgers. And now that the season is wound down to one remaining game, when we come back on the scoreboard, we're going to recap some of the interesting memories of this year. But I want to remind you that the broadcast tomorrow will be at 1:20. It's Ties Day, and we'll be on the air at 1:20. This game on a Saturday afternoon from Three Rivers was brought to you in part by Anheuser-Busch Brewers of Budweiser, the king of beers. There's no better way to relax than with the easy taste of Budweiser. By the folks at Chevrolet, along with Chevrolet dealers coast to coast, who invite you to come on in and see a winning lineup of cars for 1979.